And our next guest, she cha-cha-charred her way to the glitter ball glory and ranked the nation's best mass dancers. But now Oti Mabuse is taking to the dance floor like never before.
She is dusting off those shoes as she prepares to bring the sambas of the Brazilian carnival, the tangos of Argentina to the UK shores.
Oti joins us now to tell us more. And I've got to say, Oti, good morning, first of all.
Good morning.
But your big up to this was the best big up I've ever seen. So it was a little clip of two legs dancing, and you have got the most beautiful feet I've ever... They are your feet, aren't they?
Those are mine.
They are your feet, because they're not anybody else's feet. But if I had feet like that, it could twist and turn like that, I'd be a very, very happy woman. And you had me with that clip. I was like, what's going on? What's going on?
Imagine.
But it's a Viva Carnival.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about it, because obviously it's next summer, so I bet you haven't even rehearsed yet.
No, I haven't. So we open on the 12th of June in Sheffield.
Yeah.
And then I go on tour for like about 2 weeks. And I really love the idea of going back on stage, seeing people again, touring England and dancing. I really, really, really miss dancing. And it's nice now with my daughter. She gets to see me. I'm basically taking my husband, my dog, my daughter like this, and we're all going on tour. And the whole theme is about carnival. It's bringing different festivals and carnivals all under one roof, because I just want people to come and have a good time.
So it's a nice idea to be doing all the dances that you love, but theming it around different carnivals from around the world.
Exactly.
Where would you go if you could go anywhere?
I would go to Brazil. That would be the first one.
Oh, yes.
That would be the first one. And then I would go to Afro Nation, the one that is the African-themed one in Portugal. And then I'll do something like Charleston, in that area, where you get to see the Charleston, hear the trumpets, you see people just playing music and dancing in the streets, wearing the beans.
Yes.
Just taking it back to the 1920s. I would go there.
Do they have a festival in South Africa? Is there anywhere that, like, every year that people go, it's like a Mardi Gras or anything like that?
No, maybe they do right now. No, actually, I don't think. But our thing is Afro Nation. I think they try to get as many people from the continent where they play Afro beats, Amapiano, all different styles of music and dance under, well, not a roof, but like create a festival. And people go and they spend a lot of money and they have a good time.
I think this festival is perfect for you, though, because really you do bring the carnival wherever you go.
Thank you.
Like on your grams, everywhere that you go, you are the party. If there's a party around, you want to be with this one because it's going to be a goodie.
Don't tell people that.
It's true. It's the truth, though. They need to know the truth.
You are a party.
You need to give the truth and tell them the truth that you are the carnival.
No.
Everyone wants to be around you, Oti.
I always say, if you see me in the streets, mind your business.
Yeah, leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
I want to know, are you going to be wearing those fancy carnival outfits with the little stringy thing? Get that stomach out, get everything all out, and the boobies are all showing.
Well, family show, first and foremost. Children will be there. But the idea about outfits and the whole theme is that it sets you where you are. So, you know, when you're in Brazil, you know, because of the big outfits, like you say. I mean, mine will not be out.
Yeah, but if you want me to make an appearance or anything, I'm all for it.
Yes.
Would you?
Yeah, don't you think?
Yes.
I want one of them outfits.
Oh,
But I want to make big outfits, shiny outfits, but also outfits that I can dance with. Because the last tour I did, I had this golden wig that was made out of beads and it was beautiful. I looked like Tina Turner and I could not spin in it. So I'm going to have to find a creative way to make it fun, outfits big, very shiny, that everybody loves, make it memorable, but also danceable in.
When you don't dance for a while, you must go crazy. So when's the last time you danced on stage?
On stage?
Full out. Full out.
I think I was with you, Ant and Deck, when they closed the show.
That was a good one, wasn't it? I was so out of breath.
We danced and they went to run. And I was like, how on earth am I going to do this?
But for someone that's danced all their life, that's quite a long time ago.
Do you know, I went back
so it must be like the drug, right? You must be really missing it.
I went back to strictly to choreograph because I still work on the show as a choreographer. And we did 10 to 6, just one day, full dancing, intense. And I slept for 12 hours and I called the executive producer, Sarah. I was like, how did I do this from the age of 4? Because you have to be so fit.
I know.
But I think the journey of becoming a mom and then working towards being fit to be a dancer that performs is amazing, and it's something I'll probably document on my grams. But I'm going to put in a lot of work because I'm really excited and I think it's worth it.
You're not going back to Strictly then?
No.
Because obviously Ali Ash has gone back. We saw you around Strictly, we've seen some pictures and stuff like that. So we was thinking, oh, is she Is
Yeah.
she going back to Strictly? So you choreograph?
I choreographed.
Oh,
I feel
okay.
like I never left. I just went
We
into
bigged it up
another
like you're going back
role.
to Strictly. We were bigging it up all show, weren't we?
No.
But I
We're making
feel-
Is it happening? No, it's
making
not.
something out of nothing. We were like clickbait of the papers, weren't we?
Yeah.
That's what
Don't
we
Like,
did
we got a
today.
lot to
Don't
answer
believe
for. What are we
everything you
doing?
read.
So
No, but
sorry.
honestly, I saw Eliash and he is fantastic, and it's so good to have him back on the
know.
show. And I think once people see him, it'll become nostalgic because he's so amazing. He's still got.
He really
that,
is.
He's so nice.
Yeah.
He's so lovely.
And he won an
It's brilliant.
NCA. He won an NCA.
did.
Strictly got an NCA.
Yeah.
Yes.
So with all that scandal and everything, it didn't
Stood him
touch
up.
him.
Listen.
Didn't touch him, did it, Bab? Didn't even touch him.
Oti, what's it like going back being a choreographer? How does it differ?
It's different because when you're pro, you have about a week to prepare. You're also working with someone who's never danced before. You have to be very mindful and create something that works for them. When you go back as a choreographer, you're working with
Yeah.
18 incredible professional dancers who also want to push and make the show really brilliant. And they're really dedicated at that, and it's amazing. So you have to give them a lot. You have to challenge them, and they're up for it.
So will you choreograph Viva Carnival as well?
Absolutely.
Do the whole thing?
Yes.
So when do you start planning what those...
So I've planned now.
Yeah.
So it's about getting as much awareness as possible, getting people to buy their tickets, which are on sale now. And then as we go on, we start preparing for what we think the outfits should look like, the choreography, get inspirations from online, and kind of piecing it together and trying to tell a story, because one thing I love is taking people on a journey, and if you can do that through dance, music, that's I think magical.
What are you like to audition in front of when your dancers come to you? Are you...
I try to be, honestly, because I've been in auditions room and it can be so horrible, it can be so hostile.
You always, I bet you smile.
Yeah, I
You
try
like,
to make
you like
them
the lady
all
from
feel...
Kids from Fame? Are you like,
Nah.
well, no, you're going to pay in sweat?
No. I want everyone to feel welcomed. I want everyone to feel like it's a safe space, because it's so tough, and especially for dancers, there's not a lot of work that's going right now. So to hear a no is really difficult.
Yes.
And I try to appreciate that fact and to make them feel still valued, like something out there will be for them if it's not my show.
Somebody you're going to have to say no to quite a lot because she's your child, is your baby.
My baby.
And I want to know is how are you coping going back to work a little bit, but being a mum as well? Is it the best thing that's ever happened to you?
It's
Has it
exhausting.
enriched your life?
It's exhausting. I took an hour and a half in makeup today because I was so tired. No, it's amazing because your sense of purpose actually changes. You know, you're not just doing it for yourself now. You're doing it because somebody is watching. And she comes with us to dance competitions. She comes with us to the studio. I was like, I want you to be an accountant because money is important tonight. And she's
She
like,
can do your accounts.
No, but
She's
she
moving
keeps
already, is she?
dancing. Yeah, she's like,
Yeah,
nah.
Do
Forget
your
it, it's
accounts?
over.
No, she's like, I want to be a dancer, mum.
Dancing accountant.
Not today.
I told my sister, I was like, look, you've got about 19 years still left on the show, and then she's coming, and then it doesn't work anymore. So, yeah, she's beautiful and she enjoys it.
You do get a sense of purpose, though, when you're...
Yes.
Yeah, it's the best thing ever.
I think a new one, because life changes so quickly, and it's a shock, but you gotta be a mum.
The best, though, isn't
Mom's
it?
got a mum.
Otis
thank
Tour.
you so much.
Viva
Thank you
Carnival
for having
kicks
me.
off next summer. Tickets are on sale now. Listen, well, I'm sure we'll have you back as well. To check.
Yeah, I'm sure. I
Yeah.
feel like I'm part of the
Come back,
furniture.
part of the
model.
furniture.
Yeah.
Just stay there.
Thank you so much for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every single day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the morning.
Yes, Paloma, how beautiful is that? And the new memoir is out. This is it.
They've blacked out
How
a bit
beautiful
here.
is
They've
this?
blocked it out because it may be offensive to some viewers.
So, I mean, you can
But
say it. What is
It's
it?
called MILF. I'll say it once, and I'm sorry if anyone's offended, but it doesn't stand for what it normally stands for, because it's
Motherhood, identity, love, and some other word.
fabulousness.
Yeah,
There we
and
go.
fabulousness.
For you, all right? Elephant in the room out of the way. That's fine. Congratulations on it.
Yeah, it looks lovely.
When did
Lovely
you
book.
decide you wanted to do it? What was the reason?
It was because I was posting a lot online with my second pregnancy about the truths and the realities of it, and the feedback was so heartwarming from people who were like, oh, thank you for saying, you know, what it's really like. And it felt like there was a big sort of gap in the conversation about truth and reality. And I've said quite a lot of things in the book that may be viewed as uncomfortable, because we all think that if we say anything negative or moany or whatever, that it means we don't absolutely love being a woman or being a parent or whatever. It's not just about being a parent, it's about the female experience and women's identities and, like, the kind of unconscious, like, misogyny and patriarchy when we're growing up and raising our own kids also, because I'm raising 2 kids, so I think a lot about it.
I think the reaction has been really overwhelming.
It's been amazing. It's 2 months in the bestsellers list.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And I think the reason is because people feel seen. When you actually say the truth, it's stuff that you've actually thought of yourself, and you saying it gives you just
sort of permission to
accept
yourself.
to accept yourself and know that you're not weird or you're not strange. You are normal, really.
What's really nice as well is that when it first came out, it was all women that would come up to me in the street crying, but it's gone on, and obviously these women have asked their husbands, their partners to read it, and a lot of men now come up to me and say thank you, because this one man actually came up to me backstage at Glastonbury and was crying, and he said, "You've saved my marriage because I read your book, and I just want to give you a hug and say thank you." And I was so moved. He said we were really on the rocks, but I read it and I understood loads of things. My wife said that I should read it and I'd get it.
Yeah.
And now I do, and I'm different.
So this is for everyone. This book is literally for everyone. And what's so incredible is this book is, well, normal books are like 20 chapters, 30 chapters. Yours is 72 chapters.
But they're all tiny. And the reason why the people are like... So there's 2 factors. One is I was raising kids at the same time, so I didn't have time to, like, luxuriate over long chapters. I was like, quickly get this down because I've got to get the dinner on by 5.
Oh, I like quick chapters, though. I love
so everything's quite short and abrupt, like me. Boom, boom, boom.
So one chapter could be a page.
Yeah. So you can just dip in and, like,
because I was expecting, when I read that...
I know, you thought it was going to be massive.
OK, we're in. But no, it's, you know, how many words? 60, probably something like that?
I can't remember, like 70, 80,000
exactly.
words.
Yeah, so... I'm like you, I like a short chapter.
I love a short chapter. I hate when you go, oh, how long is this going to go on for?
I read in bed a lot, and you always want to do a chapter a night.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're there going...
And you drift
Is chapter ever going to end?
Yeah.
What was it like... do you write... how long did it take you to write it?
It took a few years.
So when did you start? During lockdown?
Yeah, I started during lockdown, and it sort of documents experiences that I had. Obviously, I broke up with my kid's dad, we spoke about before, and it documents all of that, and it documents the experiences you have when you first have a baby. There's one chapter that I think we were talking about with your research team about how because I did fertility treatment to have the baby, and there was this, like, and then I had a caesarean, and it all felt very disassociated with how you'd imagine the beauty of birth to be. And I looked at my child, and, like, I'm half Spanish and half English and a bottle blonde, I'm actually brunette, and my kid's dad is North African, and I just expected that this child would be mixed. And I looked down at this blonde baby and I was like, it's funny now I say it, but I didn't know if it was mine or not. And actually, obviously she is, like, I've raised her, but actually that happens a lot to people who go through fertility treatment or who have caesareans or have difficult births, where we all want to go, I love this child instantly, I know this child looks like me.
And socially, that's what we expect.
And that's what we expect, and we're pressured to feel that, and I didn't. And I just was, and I actually wrote an email to the fertility clinic to see if there was a chance that they might have used somebody else's sperm or egg, or both. Yeah. And what are the chances? And they wrote me this long thing about, like, there's absolutely no way, we check everything, we co-sign, 4 people do it, you know, all of this. And you're just, like, sitting there thinking, I've lost my mind, like... And now, obviously, she's older, everyone's always like, she's your double, that one. Yeah. But it's just that these things are things we never talk about, and we really beat ourselves up about it. And I just wanted to be like, do you know what? It's OK to have these thoughts.
Well, the reaction's phenomenal, right? I see just like Fern, for example, saying the most raw, funny, liberating book about look at what it is to be a woman, and Giovanna Fletcher is a brilliant writer, has just, you know, given another endorsement. And it's obviously told really well. When you first started, and, you know, and you're a raw and honest writer with your music as well, when you first started, was there ever a moment where you went, OK, how much do I want to share? Or am I all in?
I just feel as a person that I can't it's pointless me adding to the ream of books and publications that there are unless I'm all in. Like, what's
agree.
the point?
Yeah.
Because I don't think I've got much more to offer than just truth.
You've got to
and
be real.
Honesty. So we've heard all the opinions and we've heard what we should and shouldn't do. And this book's kind of saying, this was too much for me. Like, when I was pregnant, everyone's going, you should read this book, you should read this book. And you're just like, your brain's
you're bombarded,
exploding.
aren't you? Yeah.
Yeah, and my thing was like, can I just sort of feel it out? And then I wanted to write something that was like a hug. I think it's an eye-opener for men. I think it's a hug for women. That's what.
Well, this is it, because there's a debate around men being redundant in your book, but you don't believe
it's not saying they are.
No,
it's saying are they?
Yeah.
And then it talks about the fact that they're not.
Yeah.
But it's this idea that people always treat me like as a sort of feminist and as somebody who's very, very capable. I think it's sort of sad that sometimes as women, and I think you'll agree, we feel that we're capable because we never had a choice but to be capable.
You have to be.
And you'd really like sometime for someone to go, I've got this, I've got some initiative, I'm doing this, we're doing it as a team. And it's just not happened to some of us.
Yeah.
And then everyone goes, oh, she'll be all right, she'll be all right. And sometimes you're sort of sick of that. You're like, I don't think men are redundant. I just think that maybe these gender-assigned roles that are a bit dated aren't right now. But that means that there are new roles that, you know, we really want things like safety, we want companionship, friendship, somebody with initiative, you know, and all these things come massively at the fore when you've got kids to raise.
Yeah, for sure.
It's so interesting that someone came up to you and said, you sorted out my marriage through this book. Yeah, your marriage, unfortunately, wasn't sorted out, but you are really good friends now, aren't you?
Yeah, we're really good. And it sort of makes me think as well that sometimes we also have to understand that they say a relationship ended, but I don't look at it like that anymore.
It's not ended at all, has it?
It's changed shape.
It's changed shape.
Yeah.
So are you dating at the moment? Are you on the apps or anything like that?
I did go on the apps and it wasn't for me. I think they're dangerous.
Yeah.
I've written an article about it in the papers, but I think they, you know, posh like that. I think that they're a bit
In what way are they
dangerous.
dangerous? In what way?
Because number one, I felt that as a mother of two kids, that it made me more vulnerable.
Yeah.
Because I'm putting myself out there, and I like you, I'm a very like open person.
Yeah.
And you just don't know who's going to target you.
So true.
And I also feel like a lot of the people on them are quite jaded, or they're just extreme love bombers. And unfortunately, I quite fall for a love bomb. I really love love. And attention.
We all love a bit of love.
This one seems nice.
Yeah, this always seems lovely.
It's so nice.
It's always there. Just like,
Won't leave me alone.
yeah, he's always it's outside the television centre now. Just like really.
Lovely to know it all worked out just fine.
No, but I find them dangerous, so I don't think I will be using them.
But you've got someone lovely in your life at the moment. You're happy.
I'm not commenting on that.
Well, I just hope you have. I just want you to be happy.
She just feels the love, don't you?
I love love at the moment.
I love love.
I've got someone special. You've got someone
stop.
special. You've got someone
Oh,
special.
sorry, I thought you were talking about
I hope you've got someone special.
We've all
with you
got
as
someone
well.
special.
Do you know what I mean? Oh, I love it.
Thanks, Paloma.
You're so wonderful.
Paloma's
You're
memoir.
wonderful. Here it is.
You both are, though. You're both wonderful.
It's a little
and
bit
you're
different
not
when you see it in the shop.
It's
It don't look like this in the shop. It's not got a big black
No,
thing
it's got
there.
other rudies.
You'll
But
see
don't
what
want
it's
that.
like.
Paloma's memoir is out. Thanks, Paloma.
Thanks,
Thanks, Paloma. You're amazing.
Thank you so much for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every single day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the morning.
Oh, it's so good. You just get hooked in, and that's it. You are just back-to-backing Selling Sunset, and it's the 8th series. It's on
the 8th
Netflix
season
now. And we're delighted to say star Chelsea joins us live in the studio, looking very glamorous this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
You are
Thank
welcome.
you.
So, NTAs last night.
Absolutely
How come you
amazing.
ended up with 45 minutes sleep?
Well, the thing is, right,
Right.
getting back to the hotel,
Yes.
ordering a curry,
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking at you know, every
room
hotel
service menu.
has a late night menu.
Yeah.
And when you're in London, you have always a curry on the late night menu. And I just want to try all the curries because the curries are so good here.
Do you not get such good curries?
No, the Indian
You
food
don't.
is not really great in the US at all. So neither is the Chinese food. So I'm going to eat tons of curry, tons of Indian food, tons of kebabs, tons of fish and chips, all the English breakfasts I can eat until I make it back over the pond.
It is so funny how much you miss those type of things. I remember landing in on the plane and I phoned Paddy and say, right, put the order in for Singapore Gardens now. That's what we need. So for anybody who hasn't watched the show, give us the lowdown.
OK, so we work for the Oppenheim Group. It is a luxury brokerage in West Hollywood, and our broker, Jason, has collectively sold over 30 billion in real estate. He has a brokerage full of women who sell luxury real estate, and I am one of the brokers.
So it's all about extraordinary properties, extraordinarily talented property salespeople, and a lot of drama, Chelsea.
You know, the drama's just that added little je ne sais quoi, if I should say, because I think that the combination of our personalities make for the great show. It wasn't so much that we were looking for drama in specific individuals. Putting us all together, we just happened to make an amazing show. It's kind of serendipity, I guess.
Yeah. It's the combo, though. That's what it is. It's like, it's the houses, it's the fashion. I mean, I never turn up to work looking like that, do I? Ever.
Do you all turn up to work every day?
Like, fully.
I mean, now we need to get onto this outfit, by the way, which was a winner in my book, but not necessarily some of your colleagues.
Right.
This was the open house on a property that you're working with Mary, who's one of the other. They had a little issue with the fact that you seem to have forgotten your pants.
They did. A big issue with the fact that I forgot my pants. You know what? To be fair, I felt like I forgot my pants because on that particular day, no, I'll be honest, on that particular day, I remember rushing my kids to school in the morning.
Were you wearing that when you went to school?
No, I was wearing
run,
sweats, preparing a charcuterie board for this Brokers Open, and I had planned this beautiful skirt suit the day before. However, I didn't try it on because obviously, like, it's a skirt suit. It's very conservative at the top, right? Put it on, and I was like, this is on the line, isn't it?
Oh,
it's
really?
on the line. And I look at the time, and I'm like, we gotta go. We gotta go.
So you didn't have chance to sort of really decide whether it was too short or whether it was OK?
To be very honest with you, that's exactly how it went down. I was like, ugh. So, and I remember I put on my shoes and I didn't have the little socks of it.
Right.
Because, as with everything, this is reality TV. I don't really plan what I'm wearing, like, weeks in advance. I plan what I'm wearing either the morning of or really, you know how it is going to work.
Particularly if you've got two kids
Two little
around.
kids,
Yeah.
But
11
Chelsea,
p.m. the night before.
So here's the thing then.
Yeah.
If you knew that there was something about the outfit you weren't quite sure, you didn't say that when you were confronted with it. You didn't turn around and go, I think you might be right, guys. You went, hold on a sec, don't tell me I can't wear what I want to wear. And you properly sort of went to town on Mary and Jason, who were trying to broach the idea of the outfit being maybe not quite appropriate.
Yeah, you know why? I was like, first of all, I'm not going to bring out another outfit from my purse to leave me alone, because if I can't bring it, I'm a problem-solution type person. If I can't just bring out another outfit from my purse, then this is what you got, and let's just work it, and let's talk about this later. And number two, Jason, would you like us to be on season 20 or end right now? Because guess what? Everybody's talking about this score, so you're welcome.
I love it. How was it seeing Mary last night?
You know what? It was nice. I was a little bit nervous.
Were you? Because sometimes when you've had a bit of a fallout like that and then you see somebody...
I was a little bit nervous because, like, we film, everything comes out, and then the audience have their opinions, and we get in our feelings again because we're like, I knew I was right. I knew I was right. I knew it. And then the other person's will be like, oh, my God, I maybe did do something wrong. And then it brings up old emotions, old feelings, but we're professionals first and foremost, so when we see each other, we're like, babes, it's not that serious, it's OK.
OK, so tell me, how much is scripted?
It's not scripted at all.
Not at all?
Do you think I would script this season?
Well, yeah.
Oh, yes.
I mean, this season for you, Chelsea, has been...
Could I would...
Yes.
I mean... I would never script this season. I would never script anything like this.
No.
There's been a bit more moments in this series where we've seen behind the scenes a little bit more. So you see monitors and you see screens of the filming crew, which we haven't seen before, which I think comes about a little bit more because of how personal and dramatic it's been at times. Really difficult season for you, Chelsea.
Yeah.
Because, of course, there was a moment in this where one of your colleagues, who hasn't necessarily been the closest friend to you, has to share some information she has about your ex, who was seen at a hotel with somebody else. A horrendous thing for you to have to deal with, full stop. But to do it on camera, to do it in front of this huge vehicle, I wonder how you were feeling at the time and what you think about having to do that, and in hindsight, looking at it now.
It was the most traumatizing thing I've ever experienced in my whole entire life. I hold onto my faith so tightly because I literally wanted to break like a million times. It was so hard. But what was harder was I had a responsibility to like turn up every day, not because anyone was forcing me to, but because like this is my job. And I didn't want to also show the audience, because this is reality TV, so there's an aspect of it is real. I didn't want to show the audience that like you have a hard time and you run away, because that's not the representation I want for any young woman that looks up to me. I want them to see me hit it head on and still go to work and still move with poise and elegance, and then have hard days, cry with her besties, Emma and Rochelle, and then go back to work and realise that when you guys see me in my next chapter, like, I overcame, but I didn't run away, because so many people watch it, and if they run away, then, like, if I run away, then they're going to run away too, and that's not fair.
That's amazing, but that takes some very big girl pants. I mean, really, it's like, that's really brave of you to do that. Was there never a moment where it went through your head of, like, no, I'm not, no more?
Adrenaline, I think.
Right.
Adrenaline, and this is also my bread and butter.
Yeah.
You know, I have 2 kids, so
yeah,
I have to. Subsistence is very important.
How are things with your ex now? Because obviously you were still together in the series, and then this happened, and that's sort of that relationships.
I say this frequently. My marriage will always be an amazing success. We have the most incredible kids together. We love them so much in their representations of both me and him. We did it for so long, so amazingly. That's fine, you know, and however things came about or however we got to where we got to, we're here and we're just doing the best we can.
Yeah. You were talking then about, you know, this is your business and this is what you do for a living. We see on the show you taking Joey Essex around the house.
Yes, that was quite a shock for all of us.
It was like this weird moment where it's like...
Joey's just been on Love Island.
UK meets LA, it's weird.
And then suddenly you're showing him around a $5 million property?
OK, can I be completely frank with you?
Yes.
OK, so Chloe Sims is a very good friend of mine.
Love Chloe.
Joey, maybe a couple of months before I took him on the house, he told me, he's like, Chloe was like, meet my cousin Joey. I was like, you're that reality guy in the UK, aren't you? He was like, yeah, you know, very charming. He's like, I'm moving to the US. I'm looking for a lass. I would love to, like, you to help me find a home. Now, coincidentally, like you saw it on the show, we're all going for a lunch, like a team lunch.
Yes.
Joey walks by with his mate.
Connor Ben, boxer.
There you go.
Legendary boxer.
Literally, the girls were like, oh, my God, who's that? I was like, oh, Joey, hi. Nice to see you again. About that house that you wanted me to show you, I found one, pretty much. I know, we can't make this stuff up.
That's when you feel... Well, we can, that's the thing. And we've got reality shows where those sort of moments are made. That's why people go, how real is it? Because the moment like that...
That real.
That just happened.
I mean... They filmed that, and they would probably have had to send Joey a release after to say, hey, like...
Can we show this?
You kind of were just there, and Chelsea was talking about you a couple of weeks ago, saying she just met her friend from London, Joey, and he's looking to buy a house.
Did he buy the house?
He did not buy the house.
Has he bought a house?
He has not bought a house.
Is he moving to LA?
I mean, doesn't he have a girlfriend in the UK?
I'm not sure.
Oh, that I don't know.
Well, that's the sort of team we don't know
that. For a second. I don't know.
Oh, from Love Island. Is he still with someone from Love Island?
Is he?
I saw him with her last night. She's very beautiful.
Yes.
So...
quick question. Lots of people asking, do you really sell houses? That's one of the questions that comes up regularly because there's so much drama, so much beautiful houses, and there's lots of showing around. How many get sold? How many have you sold recently?
Like, do I brush my teeth every morning?
You sell a lot of houses.
Yes.
OK.
She does. OK, this one is the fashion in the office as flamboyant when the cameras stop rolling?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I am saving that score for my 4-year-old daughter when the cameras are not rolling. Why would I wear something as diabolical as that? Come on, my touche was out, guys. My touche was out.
It's a good touche. It's a good one.
It's one of the questions about the office. The office must have become a complete tourist attraction. How often do you have fans coming up to the window and coming in and trying to say hello to you?
Hundreds of times a day.
All day?
All day,
That must be
every
quite
single
a
day.
distraction,
Because Jason was a little bit obnoxious and he put these little signs on saying, do not touch the glass. And I'm like, let them touch the bloody glass. They are the reason we have this huge, beautiful...
Have the signs come down now?
No, they're still there.
It's still got them.
So, guys, touch the office. Don't worry
Go for
about
it. Do the agents actually receive the commission tag that appears on screen with each house? How does it work? Because it's different here.
It's very different here. The real estate's very different here. Yes, so that is the commission. However, you have a percentage split with your broker, which is Jason. So every time we make money, Jason makes money. You're welcome.
And he's got...
You're welcome,
He's got 80 agents, I think, in this series.
He's got multiple...
Maybe more now.
He's got multiple offices.
Oakages.
I mean, Jason's rich, so...
There you go. Chelsea, lovely to see you.
Thank
On 45
you.
minutes sleep. I can't quite believe it.
You look sensational.
How long are you here for?
I don't know.
We're
We'll
not sure.
see.
We're seeing how the mood takes you.
I think see how much trouble she gets
does seem
in.
to be a little
I
bit
know
of that.
there's going to be a little bit. Chelsea, now we know that you love fashion. So how do you feel about denim? Is it too cash for you?
No. OK, so I've actually... My fashion's kind of evolved recently.
OK.
Denim is everything right now, especially, like, straight legs, baggy, with, like, what you're wearing is perfect. It's styled so beautifully. Honestly, you've done a fantastic job. It's very trendy.
What about...
right
no, don't.
now. You
into it.
also look fantastic. The Chelsea boots are everything.
They're
I love
everything.
it.
Don't bend to the peer pressure.
No, both of you.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning. And Jack and his dad, Michael, join us now. So, good morning.
Good morning. Lovely to see you both.
So we're now a year in to this cataclysmic event in your life.
Yes, exactly how I describe it. Untold of.
Have you grown up yet?
Yeah, I think.
No.
Yes.
What do you mean, yes?
I've grown up. I've grown and evolved, and I'm a lot more prepared than I was when I made that
Which
show.
is good because Elsie's a year old.
Yeah.
The series starts before she's arrived, of course, with your nerves and your concern. Michael, how did you feel when Jack told you he was going to be a father?
Surprised, worried,
Excited.
excited.
Maybe would be another word.
Yes, excited. Yes.
What were your
very excited.
major concerns?
Whether he'd be able to cope, really. I think that was my big concern.
That I'm not a serious person.
No, exactly.
You told me.
I said you'd have to pull yourself together. Now, you're a serious person from this day on.
Yeah.
So start behaving like one.
Yeah. He said, outsource it, nanny up. He said, he was like, you should be like that Chelsea chairman, just get one of everything.
But he was also very his advice was very good. Did his advice stand you in good stead?
Did you
stay away from the business end?
Yes, that piece of advice, which... I know that I really could have done without. I did stay away from the business end of things. I wish there's other things that, like that was a part of the learning experience is how overwhelming the birth is. And I wish I'd got more advice and not just stand down the business end of things. I wish someone had told me how odd they look when they come out, the babies, because no one tells you that.
How would you do?
Well, as in because they don't come out of the oven-looking Star Baker quality.
No one's winning Bake Off.
No, you're like, I think this might need to go back in.
As she comes out.
I know. And then, so...
They look a bit like E.T.
I know, and the presentation skills aren't great. They don't clean them up. The cord was still hanging out. It's like, it's still on charge.
Did you do the snip?
I did do the snip, yeah.
Because, Michael, you were a little bit concerned about the umbilical cord and whether Jack should be snipping it.
I was.
Yes.
Very concerned about it.
Yeah.
And also, I wasn't absolutely sure what it was. Again, because my wife, Hilary, your mother,
Thank you.
was a doula.
Yes.
For quite a long time. So she was right up there at the business end. Hillary, incidentally, secret crush, you.
On me?
Yeah.
On Shep?
Yeah.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
She's over there.
I mean, no longer secret.
I was going to say.
Am I her hall pass?
I think you're on the list.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
On the list?
Yeah.
You're on the list.
Yeah.
You're
Hillary,
below
you've
Jamie
got a
Redknapp, but above Alan Titchmarsh, so you're doing well.
Well, I've already been lucky enough to meet Hillary, and we've been discussing all sorts straight away. Can I just point out, one of my favourite moments was when you went into the sweatbox with your mum.
Don't tell her that. She's going to be over the moon now.
And it seems like that was quite a shock to you when she had disrobed. I mean, there's some full frontal nudity there, Jack.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I do feel like that's slightly my fault, because in the past 5 series of Travels with My Father, there is not a series where I don't end up getting my kit off. So I think I'd set that precedent. But yeah, I certainly wasn't expecting to get an eyeful. Ben's favourite scene.
There you go.
Look how happy she is.
I wish she was mic'd at this point.
There were lots of things in there, though, that you both experienced that was, you know, I'm with you, Jack. I didn't do the prenatal classes, but taking your dad to one of those bump and baby classes, that was quite an experience.
Terrible, terrible decision. Yeah, I mean, we went and we learned a lot, didn't we?
Well, I wasn't looking to learn. I mean, I wasn't planning to have
But you
babies.
picked up some tips. Perineal massage. You
Yes,
learned about
now,
perineal
we
massage.
saw you getting involved with that.
Yes.
Yeah. With
Is that the action?
technique? I don't know. I think the technique has improved since then.
That seemed like an interesting thing to have to practice or do. The perineal massage.
Perineal massage, yeah,
Yeah.
but it's part of it.
And what were your thoughts on that, Michael?
I don't have thoughts about that sort of thing.
But you could use the perineal massage.
What for?
I'm sure Hillary would love that. Give her a perineal massage. You can
Ridiculous.
shut her eyes, imagine it's Ben. Could be a wonderful evening in.
The one thing Michael did love, however, was operating the tens machine.
I did.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
When Jack
you see that?
says,
Yes.
Look.
Yeah.
It
My,
was slightly
yeah.
scientific Nazi.
Tell us.
Like, that was
Is it safe?
yeah, that was the look.
Yeah.
There
Here
was
it
sort
is.
of 40 years of pain of bringing him up,
Yes.
going into that moment when you had
Yes,
that
it
power.
was. It was.
We filmed, what, there's four shows, 4 hours? That's the only time he smiles in the entire series, is when he's torturing his son with the tens machine.
What did it actually feel like?
Yeah, it was very, very painful. But
Was
I have
it?
been pointed out, like, since the show's been released on Twitter by a lot of people, not as painful as childbirth. Don't you
Got to
dare
be really
think
clear,
that it's as bad.
really
Yes,
clear.
I think
yeah.
so. I think
You've said in the past that you weren't going to do any more travels with my father. You weren't going to do it, but would you be open to doing more? Because this was such fun, such joy to watch, Jack.
I think the problem with this show that we're doing is that Jack said to me 9 months ago, Daddy, why don't we do a new...
Michael, I didn't say Daddy.
Sorry. Michael, why don't we do a new series for Netflix? Because they're very keen for us to do a new series. I said, absolutely great. Have you got anything in mind? And he said, yes, actually. I've got a really good idea. And I said, right, what is it then? Well, we call it Documentaries with My Father. And I said, oh, that's a sexy title. I love that. What are you doing? Documentaries with My Father. And what would we actually do? And he said, well, we travel around the world doing sort of documentary-type stories and about people and the future, all that. And I said, Jack, just grow up. There's no way they're going to want to do that. And they did.
We're fading.
The orchestra's playing you off, I'm afraid.
The new show is on Netflix. Join us this morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning. Manford joins the cast of the iconic Waterloo Road. He is here right now. Good morning.
Hello, how are you?
You're like riding in on your white steed to save the day.
It was a good part.
It's
it really
a great
was.
part.
Yeah, it's really good. They, yeah, I mean the show's, you know, it's a big deal. Like it's, my kids like smashed it during lockdown. I think it was something like the second, it was like Line of Duty, Waterloo Road on iPlayer. It was massive.
During lockdown, downloaded.
During lockdown, yeah. So then they obviously recommissioned it, came out back out, and then they got in touch, said, "Do you want to be the head teacher?" And I was like, mate, I thought, do you know what? I think there's something in this. And they sent me the page of the story, and the story's great. It really twists and turns. You get to sort of episodes 5, 6, 7, 8, and it's you'll be edge of your seat stuff.
So I was watching you appear last night, which was fantastic seeing you walk into the school. And then I was looking at you thinking, gosh, you do have the air of a head, which has never struck me in the past.
No, I know. I was not...
But is it the heightened...
authority, am I?
Is it the heightened hairstyle?
Yeah, I mean, they gave me a slightly bigger hair than I normally have. And, James, who plays Jonah's, a bit shorter than me as well, so that helped.
The stature side.
But it's funny how you put your suit on, and also you are working with lots of children.
Yeah.
And lots there's loads of them, sort of hundreds of kids, and they do sort of just start calling you sir, and you do sort of like just get into it, you know what I mean? I mean, not necessarily the main actors, but, you know, your extras and stuff like that, yeah, they're well into it.
Have you got home and started, have you started insisting that your children call you sir as well?
There is I've got no discipline at all when it comes to that. So, I know, my kids said, oh, you'll be good at that, Dad, and I sent them the page, actually. I said, what do you think about this? Not the full story, so I don't want to ruin it for them, but I said, they've asked me to, you know, one of your favourite shows, they've asked me to be the head teacher. My daughters had a funny reaction because I told them roughly the storyline. And at that point, they said to me, they said, he's going to have a will they, won't they with one of the teachers. Yeah. And I said that to the girls, and they went, ew. And I said, what do you mean? I said, that's just part of the storyline. It's not me, it's the character. She went, yeah, but that teacher, she's about 24 and you're 43, you weirdo. So I was like, all right. Fine. So I had to get back in touch with the producers to go, I will do it, but can you change the love interest to somebody more age-appropriate? And it was Kim Marsh, which wasn't difficult.
Oh, no.
Fall in love
That's
with,
brilliant. And did the girls get, like, a writing credit then?
Yeah, sure, really, yeah.
But what is great about it is feel-good and it's got moments of comedy, but it's also got those very serious moments as well, where it deals with, like, you know, bullying and vaping, like big subjects that need to be dealt with.
I think that's right, and I think it's one of those subjects one of those shows that creates a discussion point. You know, if you're watching it, you know, we all know now it's, you know, not everyone's watching TV together at the same time, but this is one of the few shows that families still do sort of watch together, and it does, even for us, you know, I got home and I never realised, because I don't smoke or anything, and I'm not around vapes, I didn't realise how big of a problem they are, and the fact that they are marketed essentially for
sure, bubblegum flavour.
Bubblegum flavour, bright colours, you know, of course a 13-year-old thinks it's for them. So I didn't even realise until we did the show. And then that was something to discuss with my kids, you know, to see how much of a problem it was at their school.
Creating those discussion points is always really important for the family as well.
Yeah, and also to see something, you know, there might be something, you know, there's a character going through something medical where the doctors don't believe her, you know, and for people at home to see that happening on screen, to go, actually, that's happening to me, and maybe and the bullying, you know, maybe it's something I can discuss. So it is an important show. It's got that sort of Grange Hill vibe.
Yes.
Of stuff that you need to talk about. You know?
Yeah. If you grew up with Grange Hill and now we're watching Waterloo Road, Kat and I said exactly that this morning.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
And it was at home. I mean, it's your hometown. It's like your way.
It was great, yeah. Like, literally walking distance from the Apollo Theatre in Manchester. So, yeah, straight in and out every day. But that does, like... You know, people often say, oh, it must be nice to be at home. Especially when I'm on tour and stuff, they go, must be nice to be at home. I go, no. No, it's lovely to be at home and it's lovely to be at work. But when you're working and at home together, that is really... I remember when I first did the Manchester Arena, the very first time I'd done it, we were sold out, you know, 14,000 people. It was one of the biggest nights of my career. And I remember finishing the show, like, thank you, like, tears in my eyes, like, thank you, Manchester. And I got home, and I remember, like, 40 minutes after this, I walked through the door, and my wife said, Cat's done a poo in the kitchen. Can you sort that? Like 40 minutes.
The adulation and glory to the reality.
I love how it went to the cat as well. Not one of the 6 kids, but nobody. Straight to the cat.
Yeah, the cats. Yeah, that's my job.
You've got a new tour. You've got.
You know when you're doing that, like sifting for gold, but it's like just cat poo. Horrible. What a job that is. What a job that is.
And you've got a new tour coming up.
Yeah, that starts tonight. Yeah, so we start Work in Progress tonight. Which is...
So how long does Work in Progress go before you...
Yeah, so I do more. My Work in Progress tour is often longer than my actual tour, like most people. So I do about 50 Work in Progress dates. But I do 2 a night, you know, we knock out sort of 10 a week.
2 a night?
Yeah, and so you do, you know, I start off doing 2 different shows, you know, do an hour and a half, and then do a different hour and a half. And it's
at
great.
The same venue?
Same venue, so you get a different audience at 6:30, you get rid of them, and a lot of people stick around.
Yeah.
And you have the same audience twice. And then gradually you sort of knock it into shape. And because it's one of those things where you know, even after 25 years, you don't know if it's funny until you've said it out loud and people are laughing.
No,
so...
it's like when Paddy does one, I find it terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
And until you've actually tested the water and found out what does work and what doesn't...
That's right.
You have to be there to do it.
Yeah, you've no idea. But the audience are in on it. You know, they've come knowing it's a work in progress. It's cheap tickets. It's in a tiny venue. And they sort of like it. You know, there's a lot of routines making their farewell debut. Like, you know, you sort of start something halfway through, you think, I've not got an end to this. Like, you know, but you just tell them, and that gets a laugh.
And I was going to say, so is there something quite joyous in that you can go and do it like that with an audience that's collaborating?
They're in on the joke, and it's great fun. And also, I get a lot of people come to the work in progress. Then they come to the arenas or the theatres later on in the tour, and they can see it. They're like, oh, I remember when this joke didn't work. And now
it's much better.
We've developed it to where it is now.
Yeah, definitely.
So you've got we're seeing you in Waterloo Road.
Waterloo Road, that's on Tuesdays at 9.
You're starting your pre-tour sort of work in progress.
Till next November.
New quiz show?
Answer Run, 4:30 on BBC
Which
One.
is absolutely flying.
Yeah, it's going really well. Yeah, it's gone great. I can't believe it. Well, it's funny because we did Unbeatable a few years ago.
I was up in Glasgow when we saw
you gave me a good tip, actually. I don't know if you remember.
I can't remember.
You said, engage your glutes. You're standing up a lot.
I did.
I thought it was going to be a presentation.
No, it was engage your glutes, he said. And honestly, it was a massive help because you are doing 5 episodes a day, and if you are slouching a little bit, you know, if you be like, so Ben he said, just give it, like, push out a little bit, you know what I mean? So if you're ever watching Ben on me, you're like, oh, I just do it. Which 1972?
I feel like we're back to the slide.
Of all the advice you could pass on. But look, it stood him in good favour, because look at him.
Magnificent glutes.
It did work, yeah, they did.
So you got that going on, and you got
that's on there.
Panto?
And then back in Panto again, third and final time.
When you say, don't you say that every year?
I say every year, yeah.
I went to see him in Wizard of Oz. I took the 2 boys and he put them up. It was so good.
Good fun, wasn't it?
Oh, we loved it so much. It was
it was a lovely show. That was a real treat to be friend of Dorothy for 10 weeks at the Palladium.
Amazing, amazing.
Treat, yeah.
Well, look, good luck with Waterloo Road.
Yeah.
And the tour.
Thank you.
Tour and everything else that's going on. It's always great to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you.
And paddle.
And paddle tennis, get on it.
And get your glutes activated.
Engage your glutes, All the tips this morning, all the tips.
Waterloo Road will continue next Tuesday, 9 p.m. on BBC One. And, of course, you can get all the episodes available on iPlayer. Oh, hello. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning.
So good. Stars of the show, Cara Toynton and Emmett J. Scanlon join us now with not all the details. You can't give it all away, but we have loved watching it, haven't we? So into it.
We're very lucky because when you guys are coming in, we often get given sort of screeners to watch. So we had all 4 episodes.
Yeah.
And I literally devoured them last night.
He's done them all. I haven't done all of them yet.
I started and I need to know what's going on. And honestly, it's one of those things. I don't know what you guys felt when you read the script, because what happens at the end, I didn't see coming.
Oh, that's music to my ears, because you never know when you do these things. You get lost in it and you're thinking, oh, everyone's going to guess, you know, but you never know. But with this, there's so many twists and turns. I always wonder how you guys have enough time to watch all these things. But thank you for watching it and enjoying it. And this is for anyone who enjoyed the first series, it was fantastic. But this is actually an anthology. So for those people, it's nothing to do with the first one. This follows a new teacher and a new sort of household. We are married. We've been together since sort of uni days, and their relationship is we've got lost, and then the kind of drama.
What's our family name?
I'm kidding.
It was a long story.
I tested her in the green room.
We were playing and my character has an affair quite quickly. It's fast and furious, and then it all kicks off.
In many ways,
lots
it's
of
fast
drama.
and furious,
Yeah.
And you were saying to me that you were staying at your dad's last night. He nipped to the shops during that scene. Was that what?
He nipped to the shops, luckily, before that scene.
Right.
And I never usually watch things sort of that are on in the moment. And I'd watched it on my phone when they sent it through.
He must have known that was coming up.
He'd seen all the trailers and that. So, but luckily he entered right after, and then he got really into it. So that's
And I mean, what's your character like? What's your relationship?
Tim Oxley is, well, he's a teacher. He's a gym teacher. Obviously, if you could see what's underneath this top, there's a very well chiseled one-pack.
Oh, no, we saw it in the tower. Don't use
No. It's very bad.
You're all over the place at the moment, you are.
I can only apologise
He was filming things while we were doing this.
I can only apologise. But it's... You find Tim Oxley, he's lost, he's angry, he's estranged from his wife. They haven't touched each other in months. Like Cara was saying, her character and Will Miller's character have an affair on a school trip. During those action scenes, I guess, a student goes missing and is found drowned in a lake. And then from that moment, all their lives, not only their lives, but the lives of everybody around them, unravels, and all these dark, insidious secrets start spilling out onto the school halls, I guess.
There are lots.
There are lots.
There are lots.
That's the thing. That's why you're sitting there thinking, how do you explain this? Where's this going to go? And who's that? I mean, your character as well, though, Tim, like, he is very dark and brooding, Emma. It feels like...
He always does that.
Yes. You know, having just enjoyed the tower Gemma was in last week, and your character was very dark and brooding. I mean, you have an angle on that is so believable that I can believe there's something sort of very dark about your character. I love it. I love it. It's gripping.
Thank you very much. My friend sent me a screen grab of a review on the Times, and it said that I could make a change in toilet bog role shifty. And I was like, I don't know
what he was going to say then for a minute.
I don't know how to take that.
That was shifty with an F.
Yeah. Shifty with an F. Exactly. That's quick. But thank you. I appreciate that.
It's shot. Cara, you shot it in Ireland, I think. Yeah, it was beautiful. I think you might have just been. Were you on holiday when the job came through?
No, I had transferred over. I was staying with my parents. My wife was leading a show called Hard Acres, which comes out next month, and I was going back and forth to London doing another show. So we moved back into my family home, which was triggering, to say the least. And,
with the kids
with the kids, and I got like 2 kids that are made of 98% sugar. They are crazy. And anyway, we were packing up the car, getting ready to go back to Chester. I live in Chester, and I got a call off Dominic, our director, and Channel 5 and the production company, and they said, would you like to do this? It's 6 weeks in Bray. It would mean you'd have to stay on for 6 weeks. I met up with Dominic. We clicked, we connected. I love his work. And I went, yeah, I think I will. So I sent the family back home, and I just sat back, relaxed.
How was that call with the wife?
Oh, that was just like, I got a job. She just go do it. But there's an understanding, isn't there? Because we're both actors.
For sure.
We're trying to
pass the baton.
For sure.
And as beautiful as it is, Cara, it was pretty cold, I'm led to believe. I mean, she has a good line in big puffer jackets.
I know. The point was my hands are... it was freezing. And in Ireland, it's kind of that damp cold.
It is. Gets your bone.
Extra. Yeah, you would know. It's just bitter. So I just spent the time just with those hand warmers
You got
in my feet
pockets.
and in my pockets and everywhere I could get them.
But you're actually living in Norway now with your family.
Yeah.
It sounds beautiful.
Actually, after filming this, we moved over. So it's early days, but my kids are half Norwegian. My partner speaks to them purely in Norwegian, but we wanted them to speak as well. So they're just starting, and it's really exciting.
What's it like? It must be quite different to
It
here.
is. That Scandinavian dream is not a bad one, and we're always out on the boat and fishing and.
How's your Norwegian?
Not good. That's sort of the next phase that I'm going to start some lessons, because I try to read the kids the stories and they laugh their heads off. So
with your Norwegian accent and your
the inflections, and there's different
They're slagging your accents. What age are they?
I know, 3 and 5. So it's already begun.
Everyone's a critic, Emma. That's the problem. Everyone's a critic. Can I just quickly ask?
Yes.
Kin.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Are we going to get another series of Kin? Because there must be such a heavy demand. That whole family, that whole story is so extraordinary and gripping.
Oh, appreciate that. The outpouring of love since it hit Britain has been extraordinary and has blown us all away, to be honest with you. And the kind of the year has changed as a result, and the noise is kind of wild and exciting.
How long after you finished it did the noise? That sort of bubbling happen?
Because you showed it's an RTE thing.
It was an RTE thing, yeah. It was released in Ireland. It did incredibly well there. And then when it came here, it took on another life. It was like everybody had seen it, and it was Like, it's such a humbling... Like, we get to do this. We get to make believe. We get to live inside our imagination and call this our job. You know, there are thousands of really, really talented actors out there. So being invited onto any type of set is a privilege.
Yeah.
It's an amazing opportunity. It's a lottery win. In answer to your question, because I've waffled on too long. I don't know if there's going to be a season 3. It hasn't been greenlit yet. There is a little bit of a... I don't know if I'm stepping out of line when I say this, maybe even a bidding war, but there is a lot of interest in it. I hope it comes back again. I'd love to take on the role of Jimmy again.
To get that character back, that whole family.
I'd love to.
Yeah. We've loved having you on the show.
Thank you both for coming in.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. The show is brilliant. Yeah, The Teacher continues tonight at 9 p.m. on Channel 5, or you can stream episodes on My5.
And it's every night, I think, isn't it?
Every night.
Every single night.
And
if you get to the end, or when you get to the end, message me in and let me know whether you worked out what was going on.
I wouldn't have.
I had absolutely no clue. I was rubbish. It was amazing.
That's brilliant.
Lovely to see you. Hello. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning.
I'm grit.
I am grit.
Tracy Ann Oberman is here on the sofa.
Hello.
I mean, hello. Lovely to see you.
So good to see you.
What memories?
I'm just laughing because I'd forgotten how many times. I was only in it for 18 months. I got punched in the face so many times. Punched into a grave, punched into a glass cabinet. Yeah, I'm thinking, wow.
Punched into a grave by Barbara Windsor.
By Barbara Windsor.
I mean, that's an accolade.
And then sort of fell back onto Den's sort of grave with just a little bit of bra showing. It was super camp. It was fabulous.
I'd have to say, though, you look very well on it. In that close-up to this close-up, there's no difference. You look incredible.
I mean, I have to say, the glam... Have you seen these episodes? The glam in prison is incredible.
I said that this morning. I mean, so, you know, even though she's been inside for 19 years... I mean, that's quite a stretch.
Well, she's clearly got a manicurist, a hairdresser and an entire sort of makeup guy. But actually, knowing Chrissy, she probably did. I always sort of, like, modelled her on... sort of the sort of people that go into prison that are quite, you know, that cosy up to the governor. So I imagine that she was let out on release twice a week and went out for lunches.
Yeah, had a custard cream and a cup of tea.
She worked probably the Ivy or somewhere. You know, she's having a lovely time.
Yes, I like where she's... So why was this the right moment to return?
I never had the time, and it was never right. And I had come out of a very long stint of theatre, playing Shylock in The Merchant of Venice, which we'll talk about later. And there was a gap, and Chris rang me one day as I was walking down the road, and he said, sit down, would you come back? And I went, tell me the story. And he told me the story. I sat down for 20 minutes, and I went, yeah, now's the time. It was just such a good storyline, and it just fitted in perfectly.
And what's it been like, sort of, being back in Chrissy's skin and playing her again?
So it's bizarre. I lived down at Albert Square for 18 months, more than I ever saw my husband or anyone at home. I literally was doing 28 scenes a day. 19 years off, and going back in, I was a bit like, what's this going to be like? But it was like finding an old coat at the back of the cupboard that you loved. I put it on the first day, and I was, you know, put her on, and I loved it. I loved it. I had such fun, and I just loved that character. She's written for so brilliantly. Coming back into prison, being the sort of... It was a cross between Orange is the New Black meets Prisoner Cell Block 8, all my favourite television secrets. So I loved it.
And what does your daughter think of you now being in EastEnders? Because she's 18 now, is that right?
She's just 18.
So she didn't see you?
No. She has a healthy disinterest in everything I do. When I was in Auntie Val in Friday Night Dinner, I think that just hit the schools around that time, so she got that. But she keeps going, what, duff, what's a duff? So I've made her sit down last night. She was like, oh, so she quite liked it.
Is she into it now?
Yeah, she got it. And that's the problem with, you know, you start off on one episode of EastEnders, next thing, 15 years later, you're watching everything that goes. It's like a gateway entry television soap addiction.
And it's a brilliant one, and she's just such a fantastic character. What can we expect?
You've got, it's a really good week of high octane. It's every emotion from A to Z. It's, you know, we've got fights, we've got tears, we've got laughter, we've got conciliation, we could have death, who knows?
We could have death.
We could, I'm just toying with you, maybe. But it's, you know, it's Chrissy Watts and Sharon, the two Watts women, and at their heightened best, it's great.
And is it just lovely, not as the character, but as you, to go back and enjoy it the second time around?
It really is.
How does it feel for you?
You know, I've done a lot of television and I've done a lot of theatre. I've had a really interesting career, and I never, ever thought I'd go back. And it's been amazing. I've loved every minute of it. And actually, to go back into that world of multi-camera, soap is a very specific way of filming. EastEnders is very quick, so you're doing a lot of scenes in a day. And I've loved every minute, and I've loved the audience's reaction to her because I love playing her, and people just loved her, and it makes me very happy.
Always have. Yeah. But it doesn't stop you doing the other stuff. You mentioned The Merchant of Venice and you playing Shylock.
Yeah, first female Shylock. It's, you know, I based that Shylock on my great-grandmother, immigrant into the East End of London. It was very important for me to reclaim that play. A female Shylock with her one daughter in the East End, standing up to Oswald Mosley, British Union of Fascists. Yeah. So we've adapted the play. It's very short, very sexy, very punchy, and through public demand, it's coming back.
And you're doing it at Christmas?
We're doing it over, December, January. It's at the Trafalgar Studios in town, Trafalgar Theatre, and then it's going on a tour.
I think I quite liked what you said, Tracy Ann, about if you haven't done Shakespeare or you're a bit intimidated by Shakespeare, this is a really good way of getting a sense of Shakespeare that will be gripping and interesting, so you get a sense of what it is.
And this is I would say this is the passion project of my life, because it was about reminding people of a little bit of history of the Battle of Cable Street, where, you know, we're living in very diverse times and people are pulling apart. And that was a moment when my great-grandmother told me that when Oswald Mosley and the British Union of Fascists marched into the East End against the Jewish entity down there, and all the Irish working class, English working class, all the neighbours, Afro-Caribbean community, they all pulled together and said, no, 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 if you come for one, you come for us all. And there was a huge battle against these fascists to say, you shall not pass. So to get Shakespeare, this female kind of Shylock, reclaim her, and to set it against that background, it's been a really potent, popular mix of, you know, it's a sexy bit of theatre. And, people have
and you're also doing White Rabbit, Red Rabbit, which, by the way, I read it and I was like, what? You're doing what? You never see the script. You don't...
saying the title itself, White Rabbit, Red Rabbit, it's a really weird thing. I've been asked to do it amongst the great and the good of the sort of thing. You turn up on the day, you haven't seen a script, you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what the set is, you don't know what the story is. You walk out into Soho Place, audience, sold out, and you go on an acting experience that you don't... It's like a nightmare.
And amazing people are doing it. They come in and go and...
Yeah, they've got incredible people doing it.
Who are the other people doing it with you?
Well, just like...
Or done it in the past.
Just I mean, just look at the names.
Yeah,
it's just the great and the good. So I feel very honoured, but slightly terrified.
There's that thing about you guys as actors, though, you like testing yourself, and there's no clearer test than being put in front of an audience without any idea who you're playing, what the storyline is, what the script is or anything.
It's an actor's nightmare. Look, a lot of people I know would be... you know, somebody said to me, pull your big pants up, because that's terrifying.
Yes!
But I love that. I thrive on it.
Amazing.
So it's diverse, but I'm so glad people are enjoying Chrissy and the Merchant, so thank you.
Thank you for coming on the show this morning. Thank you. Tracy Ann and EastEnders is back tonight at 7:30 on BBC. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out, and we'll see you in the morning.
We were just reminiscing, because Coin Drop, obviously, is very similar to Tipping Point. We love it. It's why it's so great. And Joel just reminded me that you came on Tipping Point Lucky Stars a good few years ago now.
Yeah, it was quite a while ago. And I remember I wore Converse and I had jeans with, like, rips in it. And we were on the show, we was filming, and I remember Ben going, and at what point are you going to get changed? Because...
It's prime time, baby.
You sweet talker.
And it didn't do him any harm, though. Look at him now.
Look at him now.
Look at him
so
now.
lovely to see you both. You look glowing. It was so... your beard, it was a contentious subject. I messaged you and I said, the beard looks so good.
Thank you.
And it was a huge vote. It was the biggest vote since Brexit. Everyone was talking about it. And I thought it looked absolutely fantastic. And then you shave it off and then you go... You know what? It does look better without.
Oh, really?
I think you look youthful.
And that was the point that my mum kept making, and a lot of the people... So we allowed the viewers to make the decision, and they rightly sort of chose what they wanted. Wasn't necessarily what we wanted. And it does take a few years off you. You're thinking about... I mean, you're 10 years younger than me, though.
He's got no grey, though, look.
My wife would divorce me if I shaved my beard off.
Oh, really?
My chin looks so odd. And my chin doesn't suit the lower half of my... basically, I started being on telly and doing well in my career when I started having a beard, and that is no coincidence.
Really? It's a lucky charm.
That is no coincidence. I've got an odd chin that just goes to the left.
So the bottom of your face doesn't match the top of the face?
Absolutely not.
Whose is it?
Absolutely not. Yeah, I don't know whose it is, but it's very strange. Keep the beard.
Well, definitely don't shave it off by tomorrow.
Got to keep it for that, yeah. I really do. It's a big night.
It's a very big night. How are you prepping? Are you doing vocal exercises, stretching, watching every single Oscars, Emmys known to Matt? What's going on?
It's so much pressure. It really is so much pressure, but I've really tried to not think of how much pressure it is, because if you think about what actually is happening in the way that there's 5 million people watching at home, 15,000 people in the O2, and you're performing to everyone here who are your friends and your colleagues and, like, everyone who's great in the industry, you can't think about any of that. You just got to think about just, like, what you get through it, read the auto cue, have fun. Yes. And that's what I always forget to do. I always forget. I forget to have fun.
Oh, there was something else I was supposed to do.
It's so hard because there's all this stuff. And I get to the end, I'm like, oh, I forgot to have fun.
But this is the fourth one you've done.
Yes.
Is it getting a bit easier?
It is a little bit. It is a little bit. But we've thrown something in the mix to make it a little bit harder for myself. And
is this the opening?
So isn't the opening, I thought we need to mix it up a bit. Let's freshen it up, guys.
That looks dangerous.
You know?
Right
Did you like what I did? These little clicks?
That looks dangerous.
Maybe I've been rehearsing these clicks, guys.
Hold on, I think I know. Because I listen to the podcast, your podcast with Hannah, as you know, and she's always the fountain of wisdom and knowledge when it comes to you performing.
Yes.
She always thinks outside the box. So you were talking about doing a corporate somewhere and you're really struggling with the room. You're really struggling with the energy in the room. And she had a brilliant idea, which I think you may be employing tomorrow night. This is what she said.
I was like, OK, energy is low. Let's try and pick this up.
Have you ever tried a Mexican wave?
Yes.
I think, like, everyone loves a Mexican wave. I'm thinking, like, you're trying too hard with the words. Maybe bring more
what's
physical.
Funny? There's nothing funny about Mexican wave.
Everyone loves it.
Yeah, but
if you did a survey
I'm a comedian.
Yeah, but I think if you're struggling on the intro, just go, OK, none of this is working. Right, guys, up on your feet.
That's a clap. Come on, let's go.
Oh, see?
Yeah, see the clicks.
So if tomorrow night he starts with the Mexican wave, or if things are struggling, lean on that. Lean on the advice from your missus.
If at any point during the NTAs tomorrow night a Mexican wave happens, I'm struggling.
I think you need to call on him as well. Like, literally go, Sheps, I see you, on your feet.
I'm in Hannah's corner with the Mexican wave.
Start the Mexican waves. You're really good. It's going to be like. I'm not gonna say what I'm doing for the opening, but it's going to be very different.
It's not a Mexican wave,
and it's not a Mexican wave. Trust me, a Mexican wave would be much easier to rehearse. That's a tease. That's a tease.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Shoulders.
His shoulders. It might feature a bit of Anton de Beck. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I didn't say it. I didn't say it, ITV.
Thumb squeeze, we needed the rest.
It's a big week for you this week, though, because you've got this, you've got wedding anniversary, you've got birthdays as well.
Wow. I know, it's Wild's first birthday, and the problem is, now I've had the NTAs for the last 4 years, which has pretty much ruined our wedding anniversary. Pretty much every year, because I've gone, my brain's not in it, and I'm trying to think of all the NTA stuff. And now it's Wild's birthday as well. And I feel bad because the anniversary, that's the one that gets sort of pushed to the side. But it's mad to think it's been a year that I've had a human.
I mean, it's an amazing moment, isn't it? That year of having this bundle of mad.
He's now standing up. He's like standing up. He's not walking. He doesn't understand why he would need to walk because he crawls.
Yeah.
But he's standing up by himself and he sort of sways around.
I saw him dancing the other day. That was cute.
He looks like someone at the after party of the NTAs, basically.
Yes, we should probably ask. And then I saw you hosting this morning. Your mum was on. She was trimming her lavender.
Yep.
Nothing she doesn't know.
Yes.
And also, you were getting a bit of a soft spot, you know what I mean?
No.
For little girl shoes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So, we've just mentioned Wild. Could we put that on the schedule as well for, like, this week at some point?
Yeah, you've got to put that in.
We've got to put that in the schedule because I've got to work around jobs and stuff. That's the difficult thing.
That's so romantic.
It was so funny. It was one of those beautiful moments on this morning where me and Rochelle were doing this thing about kids going back to school, and there was this little girls' shoes, and I was just like, oh, I really want to have a daughter. And I said something like, Hannah, I'm on my way home. Something like that. And then, you know, you guys will have it all the time. That's what's beautiful about this show. You say something on live telly, and you're like, oh, no, I really said that, didn't I? I said,
that was your outside
this
voice.
is really bad. I really shouldn't have said that on live telly. But that's what makes this show so... I love hosting this show.
Isn't it, Pam?
Honestly, you guys have the best job and the best team work behind the scenes on this. It's so fantastic.
All right.
I like...
They've demolished the career.
Yeah.
I remember one day, it was like we interviewed Brian May, who talked loads about badgers, and then we like immediately had to talk about women's fertility, and you're just like, gear change, from badgers to... It's unbelievable.
Very similar.
It is in many ways.
Very
But you
similar.
navigated that brilliantly, and there's everything else that's going on. The podcast's going to carry on, though, the two of you. I mean, it's so joyous to watch the two of you.
Oh, thank you, Ben. It's so nice of you.
Gladiators?
Yeah, we did.
Question mark?
You Gladiators, question mark. We did that with Rob Beckett, the Celebrity Gladiators. And
going up against Rob?
Against Rob.
That seems a little harsh on Rob.
See, you think this, right? Right? And this is why everyone's going to watch it. It's going to be fantastic. Rob has such strong legs. He is like... Rob Beckett is 90% legs, 10% teeth.
It's the perfect balance.
Perfect balance. He's got this strong core, whereas, like, people can't knock him over, whereas I'm just a feather. People just I get knocked all over the shop.
We will look forward to seeing that battle happen.
We're going to try and get the secrets out of Joel over the break. You take a look at the weather. We're going to get the
NTA's
thumbscrews.
tomorrow, 8 o'clock on ITV1 and
Right,
ITVX.
come on.
I'll see you there.
Lean in, tell us more.
Oh, hello. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning.
And Richard Hammond, star of Richard Hammond's Workshop, is here with us now.
Hiya.
Hello. You love cars without, you know, undoubtedly you love cars. You always have done. Any good at business?
No. It turns out 36 years working as a radio and television presenter do not prepare a person to be a businessman. They really don't. I'm absolutely useless.
Have you got dogs?
I've got four dogs. But
this feels a little bit like your workshop at times as well. You know, they're sort of...
Bit messy.
Yes, the staff are running amok.
They do. I don't command respect. It's just something I don't... Some people do. You know, they walk in the room and they're like, oh, dogs include... No, look, there's...
What are you
no
doing,
respect.
buddy?
Whatever he likes.
That's essentially what it is.
Cushions off.
What I love about the Smallest Club, your business, though, is you can clearly see there's a great atmosphere. You just need to start making some money.
Stop it, you sound like my accountant. I know.
But watching that, I was going, come on, Richard.
No, what it is an unparalleled money disposal system.
Oh.
And it's brilliant. It's incredible. I could throw it in the river, or I could put it into the business,
burn
and
it.
it immediately removes any money that I should
Are you
have
after
lying
my
around.
lip gloss? He's after my lip
Here you
gloss,
go.
look.
Buddy,
That's
buddy.
my
Always
secret
keep this here.
stash.
Come down here.
So when you're watching the show, just so you know,
Sit down.
this is... anything else?
Put my phone and...
don't dig too far.
No, don't, because there's
Don't
probably
dig
chewing
too
gum
far.
and tissues
who's
and all
looking the
kinds of
most worried.
stuff. Oh.
Is it? But I mean, I think this is series 4. Series 4.
Yes.
Like, you would have hoped it would sort of be washing its face by now, Richard.
I mean, it came about because I worked with cars for decades and always loved them. I mean, they are the machine that humankind devised to go and get everything we need in life. You need shelter, but once you need anything else, food, water, a mate, resources, you've got to leave your cave. And so, not surprisingly, we are engineers first and foremost, because our thumbs do that. So we invented a machine that would do that. So I've always loved them. I've actually just dropped a film on Drive Tribe, our little digital enterprise, that explains where my love of cars and television comes from. And it was one day in Weston-super-Mare when I was 8, and we saw a man, what's he doing on the beach, talking to somebody who isn't there. And I realised it was Derek Griffiths. Do you remember him?
No.
What?
No. Not Derek...
Ben.
Well, tell me to Derek
He was on
Griffiths.
Play Away with Brian
yes, of course they do. Yeah, of course.
Children's TV presenter.
Yes.
And he was leaping about, and I was transfixed as an 8-year-old, going, look at that man talking, but there's nobody there, but there is. And then we left that, and I walked with my head full of that onto the gardens in front of the front at Weston-super-Mare. And there was a car show going on, and my 8-year-old brain just plugged them together, and that's my career.
And that's where you are.
So I've done that forever, but I've been talking about other people's work on Top Gear and on car shows before that and Grand Tour. And I thought, well, I want my own work to be out there. My grandfather was a coach builder. He built cars. So I thought, right, I want to have a go at doing that.
Yeah.
And I'm rubbish at it.
No, but what you are brilliant at, though, is the different stories that come within the show. Like Connor Yates, the autistic guy who's like Connor Yates. Richard Hammond, Connor Yates.
He's
like
just...
With his mum and the Lancia, what a beautiful car.
Cutest story.
Well, because the cars are just lumps of metal until people are involved.
Yeah.
So some of them are massive, impressive projects. They came in with their little Lancia. It's not a particularly rare nor valuable car, but to them it's utterly priceless. It was her husband's favourite car in the world, and he knew he was terminally ill. And they agreed they'd buy this car before he passed. And he did drive it a few times, and then sadly he passed. So she and Connor were left, and the plan had always been to sell it. But at his wake at the house, she realised she wanted to escape all the noise and the hubbub, just have a quiet moment. And she went outside, well, I'll go and sit in the car quietly. And as she sat there, she realised, I can't sell this.
Yeah, this is where
he is. My connection to him. So she and Connor, who was fabulous, they brought the car to us for a light restoration, which we duly did.
Yeah.
You can see it in the
just
series.
the brakes, wasn't
it? was fab.
Yeah, just bits and pieces.
Yeah.
And lovely bits in the series as well, Richard, where your daughter gets involved. You do a little bit of a sort of time trialling in this. What's that? An Austin?
That's an Austin 7.
Austin
It's
7.
I'm no good at it. I'm trying to inspire her. I hate watching this show. I see me with my daughter, and I can see me through both of my daughter's eyes, Willow and Izzy, and think, oh, you poor idiot.
It's brilliant. We're just talking about a story where the teachers are saying they should confront bad parenting, and
there it is. So what you do in trialling is you take a 90-year-old antique like that and then beat it up on the road.
But I think you should start printing T-shirts with "Give it loads of revs, loads of revs."
She wasn't afraid to give it revs, was she? Well, Isabella loves motorsport.
It's amazing.
But she likes Formula One.
Right, OK.
That kind of isn't Formula One.
It's amazing that that's sort of translated to your daughter, because interestingly, we were saying it at the start, you Jeremy and James, there's one last drive in you. You've got the Grand Tour.
I know.
One for the road I think it's out on Friday, and that's the last one.
That's the end. I know.
That is the
23
end.
years. I know. It's.
That feels quite final, Richard.
It is. We've done it. We always wanted to land it on our own terms. It took off. You know, we started on Top Gear together 23 years ago, and it went berserk. We didn't know it was going to do that. So that was kind of out of our control, and we always wanted to make sure that when we finally landed our partnership together, it was on our terms, at a time, in a place, and in a manner of our choosing, and we have. But having done it, and the film is out, Friday, it's really weird.
Is it?
Can't get my head around it.
To feel a little bit sort of like you're a bit lost without it.
So I was working in little tiny TV and radio elsewhere until Top Gear, and it was Andy Willman and Jeremy who gave me the gig on Top Gear, and I'll be forever, ever grateful to them for that. And only then did I find myself coming to London. So little things today, like in the taxi here, and then pottering down, and the nice lady does your makeup, because this is me made up. This is as good as it gets. Literally, this is perfection. Yeah. She lost the handsome brush. I know you could do it.
That's not one's.
Was used on him.
Just didn't work. Used it all up. And I sat there and thought, oh, wow, I've been doing this for 23 years because of that partnership. Yeah. And it ends. And I'll never do it again as part of
that
being
makes
part
me
of that.
have a bit of an achy heart, let alone you.
It's going to hit. I reckon 6 months from now, I'll suddenly sit up in bed in the morning and go, "Oh, it's all over." It'll really hit me.
If you could go back 23 years and tell 23 years ago Richard what it was going to be like working with Jeremy, 31-year-old Richard, what it's going to be like working with Jeremy and James 23 years, what advice would you give him?
Well, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you. No, I would say stick with it. It's going to be incredible. When I got the job, I said to Mindy, dear wife, they rang and said, would you like to join the team? I'll be honest, I burst into tears. I said, are you sure? Me? OK. And we opened a bottle of champagne, and I said to Min, this is going to change everything. And it did. It did. Yeah, there's been bad bits.
Yes.
But for anybody over 23 years, you've got good bits and bad bits. Yeah. We just sort of had it at a
They weren't pretty bad, though.
We had a sort of magnified level.
Yes.
Yeah. What?
He's back now.
Do you not listen to anything any of your guests say?
No.
You're not remotely
That was
interested.
a very sensitive bit we were just talking
that was
about
all,
then.
like,
that was supposed to be tears and heartstrings.
Snacks. Were there any snacks in it? Is there a snack in it?
Thank
Have
you
got a snack?
so much for joining us.
It's always a
Thank
pleasure,
you.
team. It's very
Thank
nice
you.
to come here.
to see
The
you.
smallest cog is on streaming on Discovery Plus.
It is on Discovery Plus.
Great.
There's a new one landing today, episode 3 of series 4, and then the Grand Tour finishes on Friday. And that's me. That's my life. And then there's a dog.
Yeah.
There is a dog that's doing everything else.
Oh, please find
Keep
something
going.
embarrassing.
Give it some reps.
Please
Give it
pull
some
something
reps.
out from under there.
Oh, hello. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning.
Oh, I've got to look at my goose balls. I've got a goose balls.
3 months on from that incredible win, Sydney joins us right now. Sydney, how are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you guys. Amazing.
How does it feel when you look at that?
Emotional.
Does it?
I still can't get over it. It's a miracle, really, for me. I'm so happy.
But you deserved it. You really did deserve it. And
Thank you.
obviously, you came on the show with your 2 nans.
I did.
Where are they today?
I know.
I was a little
Maureen
bit
and
upset.
Bren, where are they?
Where are they? Where are they?
They're
Love
upset.
meeting
They're
them.
Watching at home.
course
Why are you
they
not
are.
here, ladies?
They'll be livid they're not here.
Hi, Nans.
What has the last few months been like for you? Like, when you finish Britain's Got Talent, are you straight kind of doing gigs, or do you go to a recording studio? What's the world look like for you?
It's been non-stop. It's been amazing. I've been recording an album.
Yeah.
Like, what? I never thought that ever was in my life. Do you know, you think things are laid out for you, and that wasn't one of them. So I've been in a studio, and I've been creative and doing things that are my dream, you know. It's amazing.
What's it like when you're in the studio? That first day in the studio must have been a great day for you.
It was dark. Amazing. Just being around like-minded people is just super great.
Yeah.
Sydney, honestly, this is like a lovely story, but I always remember that your dream, obviously part of your dream was making albums and singles, but part of that dream was West End. It's going to happen, isn't it?
Well,
it's
I
going to
hope
happen.
so.
You've got to put it out there now. You've got to stop thinking, I'm not meant for this. This is meant for you. This is your destiny.
Oh, I hope so. And do you know what? Even lucky me, winning a competition like BGT, you don't walk into a career like that.
Yeah, you got to work.
BGT was such a good platform to be like, hi, I'm Sydney, and then be like, hi, we see you, come in for an audition. And I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
All I wanted to do was just get through the door. And, you know, a lot of things you're not right for. But then hopefully I know I'll be seen for something that I will be right for, which is amazing. So let's see.
And Sydney, you finally got your prize money. You are quite extraordinary in that they had to chase you to give you the money.
Apparently you're the hardest person to get hold of.
Oh, no. I just thought, you know what? What am I going to spend that money on?
Yeah, but
I
trust
don't need
me,
it. The best
Simon
bank
Cowell
account.
does not need £250,000
But
in his bank
isn't
account.
the best bank account, you know, where it was?
So you
I just
liked
thought,
it in their bank account, just sitting there?
No, it doesn't need to be there. He does not need it in his bank account. It needs to be in your bank account.
So what happened? Was you just avoiding their calls or something?
No, it just literally life took off and it didn't stop. And I was like, yep, I will give you my bank details at some point. I'm so sorry. And then doing this.
That's brilliant.
Life just took me off. And I'm loving life so much that I was like, that don't matter. Do you know what I mean?
What was it like when you saw it on your bank
it
statement?
Was funny. I was hoovering at the time and I was like, screenshot. I was putting it on the family chat and I was like, look at that.
Don't tell them.
That's funny.
So this is interesting, right? So this is the album, Sydney Christmas 108, right? So when you mentioned like-minded people, when you sat down and you decided, with the team you're working with, how do you work out what you're going to put on there?
I had an idea. Weird, really weird. I never thought I'd make an album, but I kind of had ideas of what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I was like, OK, let's go with this.
So so give us a couple of examples.
They're all covers.
Yeah.
Because I have got songs written from when I was about 15, never thought they'd see the light of day.
Yeah.
So we'll have to have a look at those. I like taking old songs and, do you know what, any songs and just making them my own.
That's what I like about you. You take these old classics and you put a twist on it.
Yeah, and they're
signify
brilliant.
it. And then it just comes out so good.
And I love them. I love them. So I just I want to sing them. So that's what I've done, really, and I just hope people like it, because I love it. I'm so proud.
Got a couple of favourites on there? Go on. What ones have you loved to get down on vinyl?
Well, I'm very proud of the BGT ones, obviously, because they have...
Yeah, they're so good.
I don't want to tell you any, because I want you to
buy the album.
Yeah,
I know you've been on holiday with Amanda Holden. Check you out, and Alan Carr. Look at you holidaying with Amanda Holden. Who have you become?
What, are you just on holiday and you give him a call?
Well, I was on holiday with my family and I see that she was out there, so I sent her a voice note. I was like, Amanda, I was like, you in Greece? She was like, yes, darling, I'm here. I was like, you're an hour away. So we went for dinner. And she'd come in on her boat, because they went out on a family day trip, and they just come round to the island that we was on, and we had a lovely day. I got them on the rings.
You got the donuts.
They had a lovely time.
Alan freaking out.
Hi, everyone. Just wanted to say thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. Now, listen, we upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.
Wow. Ross Kemp, Mafia in Britain, starts this Tuesday, 10th of September. 9 p.m. on Sky History, and the man himself joins us now. I mean, me and Al just watched a little snippet the other night of Ep.18, I think it is. We're obviously familiar with the Mafia in terms of Italy and...
TV. You've got your Sopranos, you've got your Godfather.
Right,
yeah.
We've read all the books, but the Mafia in the UK doesn't seem like a tangible thing. So what was the starting point of this?
Well, the starting point is the death of Roberto Calvi, who was known as God's banker. He was over 60 years old. I remember that. He climbed over Blackfriars Bridge. He got over the scaffolding. He's over 60 years old and slightly, I would say, heavy for his age.
Yeah.
But he had 5 bricks in his underpants, 2 gold watches and about £40,000 in cash. And the police promptly said, that's a suicide. No, it's not a suicide, because it'd be very difficult to be a suicide. And it was a symbolic killing. And it's never been proven, but we think it was a symbolic killing. That starts the journey, but I end up at a caravan site in Preston looking at an Italian hitman who was travelling from Preston to Naples to make his hits.
So living in Preston?
Living in Preston, stealing a car, driving it, they were looking at Porsches at the time, driving it down to Naples, offloading the car, killing someone at the weekend, and then driving back and spending a week before he drove back again the next week. Jenny Panzuto.
So they're living here and hiding in plain sight, or...?
That's the way it works. And, you know, I've got to say, we travel all over the world. So we start off in London, but then we go to America, where I meet, you know, George the Cowboy, Monterano, Crazy Sal, Polizzi. These are the guys that were genuinely around during the Goodfellas days. These
are quite intoxicating people. Personalities are really interesting.
Like,
charming.
Central casting, charming, but also with that element of complete and utter danger, ruthlessness. George did 33 years inside, the first 3 years in solitary. He never gave up. But a lot of the people we speak to are pentitos, so they've given up information. There's one of them, Dominic Sigali, who makes me look a bit like a munchkin. He's absolutely charming on camera, but I've got a screen grab of him when he wasn't looking so charming, and he is terrifying.
So when you're in those situations and you're confronting people like that, how do you know that they trust you, first of all? How do you know they trust you? How do you know that your safety is going to be OK as well, and the crew as well?
In the series, we go from being, say, in the UK to being in America, going down to Miami, looking at the connection between the mob and the cocaine trade. And I ended up... It suddenly stopped becoming a history programme and became real when I'm at 4,000 feet, it's 2,300 at night, it's now 40 degrees nearly, still at night time. I've got a helmet on, body armour, snake garters, and we're traipsing around the Cauca Mountains, elevating to 4,500 feet, and I'm going, we'll be out by 0300. We're still stumbling around at 8 o'clock in the morning in daylight, and it's FARC territory, and they not often kidnap the soldiers. So I lost the nail on my big left toe. No longer a history show at this point.
You're in pain.
Because the thing is, when you sit down with someone
that
used to be in the mafia, you know you're going to be safe, right? There's no interest in bumping you off. You know what I mean? But when you're up in the wild somewhere,
exactly.
That's a whole different scenario.
No, absolutely.
Right?
And I think you always have to be on your guard. And then the secret, as you all both know, is you look into people's eyes and you maintain that, and they can look into you because their radar for someone who is a threat to them is way better than most people's.
Yeah. Unbelievable. So why the UK? Was it a great place for the mafia to hide out?
I just think it's about hiding in plain sight. I think a lot of the people that I met, nearly all the people that I met, never had a choice, whether it was in Italy, in America. They were born into it, and there was no way out for them. Wow. And so the only way out for many of them is to, you know, become a pentito. But some of them have just done their time in prison talk. We speak to Marisa, who lives in Preston as well. She was the head of one of the biggest clans in Milan. She had to take over from her father. She's half Italian, half British. And she used to wear Bridget Jones knickers and stuff thousands and thousands of lira and travel them all around Europe to different payoff points for drugs and stuff.
I guess the lovely thing about the shows you do is you never know where it's going to take you in terms of the narrative of it, right? So there's a great starting point. Mafia in Britain, that's interesting, that's the USP. But then you must be the rabbit holes you go down.
I'm on a caravan park in Preston. I'm now going up to Aberdeen. There was a cell in Woking. And I think that's, again, why they're so clever. You know, they didn't choose London. They didn't choose Glasgow, Manchester, you know, Liverpool. They chose parochial sort of towns where there was something that they wanted or something that they could do where they wouldn't be seen. And I think the other secret to their success has always been, and I have to say slightly admire it from an observing point of view, is that they're always one step ahead of the authorities. And
they have people in authority working with them as well?
We do. There's one guy, he's called Keith, K-E-E-F. He was a custom and excise officer that went undercover for over 8 years. Wow. Laundering money, not only for the mob, but also for the cartels. And they would just come to his flat in the middle of the night. He was given a Rolls Royce that had been taken from another villain. So he lived the life to the point, and I meet another FBI agent, McGowan, 25 years cold calling on mafia bars. So he said to me, "This is the first time, Ross, I've ever sat in a bar with my back to the door." And while he was undercover one day, the packs they used to, remember, he's wired. Yeah. If they found that wire, they would have killed him. And the pack went wrong and it started burning his back. And the guy says, "They're cooking steaks today." He had to go to the toilet and peel it off his back.
So obviously there's a book that's come from this because there's so much more than you can put on TV.
There's 5 programmes, but I would say that they don't do justice to the subject or to the access that we gained.
Brilliant.
Unbelievable. We can't let you go until we ask about these EastEnders rumours. What is going on? Are you going back? It's the 40th anniversary.
Yes.
Tell me everything.
Tell you everything.
Is Grant going back?
I can tell you nothing.
But never say never.
Pentito.
Never say never.
He's not kidding.
I'm not a pentito.
She's wearing a wire as well. I've just checked.
Exactly. She's
burning.
I am very proud that the show is celebrating 40 years. I wouldn't have had the career, good or bad, without it. I still love it. I still support it. And I would do if I'd come from Coronation Street, or if I was in Emmerdale Farm briefly for a bit. But so yeah, I'm very proud it's celebrating 40 years. I would support it in every way that I can. I can say no more than that.
If I was the producer, though...
Work upstairs! Smashing out of the park.
If I was the producer, though, I would...
Well, the thing is, it was such a lovely, iconic time. I mean, the three of you were so brilliant together, you know. And the lovely thing about sort of bringing this right up to the present day is... And I went to go see Taylor Swift, and there was this great moment where every night her dancer, who's this brilliant guy, me and my wife couldn't take our eyes off him, called Cam Saunders.
Yes.
Who does one line, yeah? and that one line that he did, this is We're Never Getting Back Together, I think, yeah? And he did the Barbara Windsor, You Get Out of My Pub, right?
Get out of my pub.
It's just...
And she lives on.
Here we go, got it here.
Together. Get out of my pub!
And I think that's testament not only to Taylor Swift's sense of humour and the global success that she is, but also to Barbara's legacy.
Absolutely,
yeah.
She's amazing.
Why not?
She gave me she was my first ever live TV on T4, yeah. That day. She was so marvellous. Me and Sheppy, yeah, and she was so marvellous.
Ross, we're really excited. Thank you so much for joining us. It's called Ross Kemp. Mafia in Britain starts Tuesday, 10th September at 9 p.m. on Sky History. Don't miss it.
Very well.
That was good, wasn't it?
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every single day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the morning.
Yes! And Gemma joins us now. Good morning.
Lovely to see you, Gemma.
I mean, you just can't help but watch it and go, they're all having a great time. They are all having the best time ever.
We are. We're just mucking about, really, larking about. No, it's really... I guess because now we're coming back for a second season, most of the cast is back. We all know each other now. We're all friends. We've, you know, so we can really have fun, and I think you see it. It comes through on the screen how we're kind of enjoying ourselves.
For sure, but the other thing that really comes across as well, and this is what's so brilliant about the show, is you are all having fun, and it's a great show to watch, and it's thoroughly entertaining. But you also take on these big issues as well, these big social issues. How important was that for you?
Yeah, I always look for work that has some sort of, you know, something to say.
Yeah.
And the good thing is with this is it's obviously a comedy drama, so we say it lightly, but the 1960s was a time of huge change. And so, you know, we're dealing with big issues like gender equality, gay rights. It was still illegal to be gay and out. There's, you know, divorce reform. There's those are the key ones that we're looking at. And so, yeah, this season we go into that a little bit more. It becomes a little bit more political.
I think what makes it really engaging, because it's fun and it's enjoyable, and she's such a fabulous character as well.
You love her, don't you?
But then watching it, and you kind of, because we all take it for granted now, but you're watching it reminded that, you know, one of the writers is gay and he gets caught and all that, and the implications of being that, the Equal Rights and the Equal Pay Act that they all start sort of protesting for. That's still a battle that's going on in many areas. But you suddenly realise what it was like back then. We have this idolised idea of the 60s was all about free love and having a fabulous time, but there was a lot of issues within society as well that are suddenly the backdrop of this comedy show.
Yeah, and we feel like it's so recent, and it was in a sense, and yet there was a huge change happening, especially, particularly end of the 60s, which is what makes it such an interesting time to shoot. It's just a cultural explosion, but also time of change in society. So
it's also so clever how you shoot it as well, because there are moments where you're outside and it's like the streets in the 60s.
There's always a bit of a caper in there. You're running around, you're being chased by the paps, or you're doing something, you shop it or whatever, isn't there?
Yeah, we use a little bit of, you know, Hard Day's Night, the film the Beatles made. We've got a little bit of a moment of that, and we're trying to kind of... But we also use footage from the 60s, real footage, and we superimpose ourselves into it. So, you know, we do have us walking through Carnaby Street or Soho, and that's really, really fun because you get a sense of actually what it looked like at the time.
Brilliant. And Sophie is a good Lancashire girl, Blackpool beauty queen. Let's talk about the accent, Gemma, because you can sit there and watch it, and if you don't know you're like, well, obviously that's where she's from. How do you get the accent? What do you go to sort of click that in?
Usually, I love doing accents, any accent, and I embrace it. And I love to... There's a great archive that the BBC have where they just, over the years, they've collected people, just regular people, you know, and I found one of just these three Blackpudlian women in the 60s chatting about kids and cooking and stuff. And it was just really relaxed. So I used that and I would listen to that over and over and over. But also my best friend, Sarah Stone, is from Blackpool and she's never seen the show.
Has she never seen it?
She has no idea that there's like inflections that I use that are completely hers and, you know, but yeah, so I know someone from Blackpool as well and I lived with her for a long time.
Did you not get her to pass your accent though? Have you not asked her, right, go on.
No, I don't know. She might think that I'm overdoing it. I probably am a bit. All the Blackpudlians out there are probably thinking, oh, no, it's a bit too much, but yeah, it's a lovely accent to do. And Lancashire is such a fascinating place for accents. There's about 150. Every town you go to is a different accent.
Different twang.
Yeah.
In a really small area.
Yeah, like
actually,
Liverpool
weirdly.
and then Bolton, and you know, they're all.
Yeah, and you actually learnt clowning as well for this role, because so much of it is physical comedy, and of course that's all about timing and. Do you have that in real life? Because you're so glamorous.
I know, and elegant, yeah.
Honestly, I love coming to these, like, doing telly and stuff, because I get to glam up, but in real life, I'm really scruffy and very, very clumsy, and I crash into things, and I am quite slapstick in real life, so...
but not deliberate slapstick?
No, just very, clumsy, and so doing the clowning was really fun, because it's based on that, but then you accentuate it more, and you overdo it and stuff. So I love all of that stuff. Anytime I get to do anything physical like that is fun.
Yeah. There's a brilliant bit of scene, slapstick stuff between you and one of the new cast members in this series is Roisin Connerty, who I think is one of the funniest women women on television anyway.
Yeah.
Naturally funny bones. And the two of you together, I wonder what it was like working with Roisin, because I can't imagine you can ever do anything serious.
It was amazing. I mean, I think she's so wonderful and she's so perfect for the part, and she brought so much of her own experience to it.
Because she's done her own sitcom, didn't she?
Yeah, yeah, and she's just naturally, you know, some of the stuff she comes out with, you know, when you're not sure if if she's aware of being funny, it's that good. And because I do a lot of physical comedy, and she was sort of allergic to that aspect. She actually was really funny, the two of us together, me being all physical and her just kind of, you know, being more still and vocal. It was a good combo, yeah.
Excellent. Well, you've also got another really exciting project out soon as well, The Critic. We've got Sir Ian McKellen in the studio
Monday,
again next week.
Very happy.
What a great film to work on. That must have been.
It was so wonderful, and it has an amazing cast. We have Sir Ian McKellen, Mark Strong, Leslie Manville, Alfred Enoch, Ben Barnes, and it's just such a lovely cast. And it's Patrick Marber that's written it, he wrote Notes on a Scandal, and Closer, and many other plays. And yeah, it was one of those jobs where, again, and I have a lot of scenes with Sir Ian.
Yes.
And it was just a joy.
Because I was going to ask you, is it nerve-wracking because he's such a legend, and there is a scene in it where you literally are head-to-head. I mean, literally head-to-head. Was it slightly terrifying?
I think before we started shooting, I was a bit sort of nervous about it. But when you meet him, Ian's so normal and personable, and he just wants to do the job. You know, we got stuck in, and it was fun, and we could play, and he's very, very down to earth, and he's a real actor's actor. You know, he wants you to go for it.
So it must be a privilege to work with someone like that.
It was the biggest privilege. It was really was.
Brilliant. And you actually took your little son to work as well.
I did. During Funny Woman, I did. In The Critic is in my tummy.
Is it really?
It was with you all the way through then
I
as well.
was pregnant during The Critic, and then on Funny Woman, I brought him to work, which was...
And did he recognise you when you were in
No. He actually, at one point, he came on set and I had the wig on and all the makeup, was a lot of makeup.
Yeah.
The costume was so loud, and he actually cried when he
Oh, bless.
I was awful.
So he's glad to have his mummy back.
Upsetting woman.
Thank you for coming in, Gemma. It's lovely to see you.
Yeah.
Really
Thanks
is.
for having me.
You can watch Funny Women on Sky Max and Now TV from Friday. It's
brilliant.
Oh, hello.
Don't go any...
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning.
Oh, yes.
They're properly gassing away already. John is with us now. Morning, John.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Sitting down to watch Grace come back, and then, interestingly, I often like to sort of have a look at what's being said on social media, because you can watch along. The response from people, because it's back, was just remarkable to watch, because he's become such a beloved character, and the series is so well respected.
Oh, that's great to hear. I'm glad. Yeah, that's fantastic. I'm so glad people are happy it's back.
Do you ever brave that? Do you ever brave the socials to see what people are saying about it?
I do. I sort of dip in a little bit and ask other people and say what are they talking about, because I'm not on Twitter or X. But yeah, I try not to go into the comments, because that way madness lies.
Yes,
so,
yes. Often it does, but I can assure you, not with your series.
Oh, good.
Because it's just extraordinary to watch that response. But when you sit and watch it, you see how brilliantly crafted you've got this series, these 1 hour 30 eps, like I feel like epic.
It's indulgent. Like, it allows your characters to just be so subtle.
Yeah.
And it's the little subtleties of the characters, I think, that work so well.
Yeah. It allows them to breathe, and there's, really twisty, turny detective thrillers, so, people love a whodunit, don't they? And these stories are all, tried and tested from novels by Peter James, so we know they're good stories and they're kind of watertight, so we just have to bring them to the screen.
And you just mentioned Peter James there, and apparently you now know that he writes with you in mind now. That must be so flattering as an actor, because it started with just the books, first of all.
Yeah. I read about 8 or 9 before we started, just to try and get into that world, because it wasn't a genre that I would usually read, so I immersed myself in it. And then when we started the show, and he said that he now has us in mind when he writes them. It blows my mind because I don't have me in mind when I read the book.
No, of course.
So it's it's very flattering. Yeah.
So he had you in mind now. Did he ever? Because I imagine you've met him and talked to him. Has he ever said what he thought Grace was like before you started playing Grace?
No. Well, he says, I kind of have. I had you in my head, like someone like... Yeah, but I don't know if he's just saying that. It was probably Daniel Craig or something.
So essentially you as well. Come on, John.
Exactly.
I don't know, but it's difficult because, you know, they were successful books and it's difficult to... You can't please everybody because everybody's got their own version of, you know, what he looks like and what the characters look like. So, yeah, hopefully you can win them over. And we're on series 4 now, so hopefully they're getting used to it.
Well, you know that you're onto a successful... Because in actual fact, you're filming season 5.
Yeah.
Kind of, you're in the middle of it right now.
I'm straight back on set. We're doing episode 4 of season 5. We've just started it, yeah.
And what's going to happen to Grace? Because obviously there's all the twists and turns of each individual episode, which is that's a great thing about it as well. Is you can take each individual one and like cherry.
Standalone.
It's so great. But what is going to actually happen to Grace? Because where we're up to at the moment, he's got the fiancée who's pregnant, but the ex-wife...
The one that he thinks is dead.
Whose daughter's dead,
Can you give us anything?
He's had declared legally dead, suddenly turns up, I think, at the end of the first episode on Sunday.
Yes.
So
And then she's in a commune.
That's right,
too.
yeah. So we find out what happened to Sandy. We find out about all that, and obviously he doesn't know she's still alive, but the audience does. So it's kind of what will happen, and quite a bit happens in this series regarding Sandy. Yeah,
and and from the first episode as well, there's the plot is thickening with relationships between somebody is taunting Grace and his partner as well, the pram that turns up. So we understand that things are going to get complicated, as always they will.
They will, and you don't know who it is because he's convinced it's that guy, Alvin Smallbone.
Yes.
He thinks he's got a vendetta against him, but it might not be. We'll have to see.
And some of them get very, very dark. And it's almost like each twist and turn, you don't quite know where it's going. So your own head takes it almost sometimes darker than it actually ends up going. And some of those ones that I've seen, and you could like, oh, I'm frightened to almost look.
Yeah.
What's that like on set? Do you get quite kind of solitary and is it quite depressing, or do you take it the other way and it becomes a bit silly when you're not filming?
Well, weirdly,
a bit lighter.
It is the opposite when you're doing something. I mean, I've done lots of dark dramas, and usually they're the funnest sets to be on.
Because you've got a corpse normally laid out.
You can't be there all day, like, oh my God, it's so horrible and grisly, and you just have to make light of it. And so they usually, and we have such a laugh. I mean, when you see the scenes in CID and we're being really serious and really clever, if you'd seen what was going on like seconds before that camera was rolling, we're trying not to laugh at stupid things. So, we have such fun making it. But then we have to get really serious as soon as they shut.
Well, I think we've got an exclusive clip from this Sunday as well, which I think will show another sort of element of how serious it can be on set.
Serious.
Roy. It's male. 50s, there's no ID, there's no obvious injuries. He was found at first light by a park ranger.
Did it rain last night?
No, I don't think so.
Look at the bloating, his collar. He looks like a drowning, doesn't he?
If he drowned, he didn't do it all the way up here.
Well, assuming somebody transported the body in a car, it's still a 15-minute walk from the car park to here.
It's a long way to carry a dead body.
Oh.
I mean, it does. It gets very, very spooky, this one. But in actual fact, it's slightly different to the novel that he wrote.
Yeah.
The ending. I don't want to give too much away.
Yeah, I think there are different elements. I mean, we've started to sort of not veer away from the books. I mean, they're all based on the novels, but, we've chopped and changed it a little bit,
Yeah.
So
if you have read the books, you're not necessarily going to know what's going on, and you're expecting certain things to happen. They might not. Something else might happen. So it kind of pulls the rug from your feet a little bit.
One of the things I love, John, is that what's happened because of where the film and it's all set down in Brighton, you have the shortest commute of any actor on any film set ever, because you actually ended up moving to Brighton sort of around lockdown, didn't you?
Yeah, we did, yeah. Weirdly, we moved to Brighton before I got the job.
Yeah.
So it was just weird.
It wasn't on your rider. I will do this as long as you film it on my street.
Yes, if I can play a Brighton detective. But,
it's an amazing spot, though, and it showcases Brighton. I mean, obviously there's a lot of Christmas, but the backdrop is just
yeah, it's gorgeous. It's a great place to live. It's a great city, Brighton.
Amazing.
Yeah, and we show much of it. We're all over Brighton, all around East Sussex, so you see quite a lot.
Yeah, it's like a character, actually, almost within. within
feels very much part of it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks
it's
for having me.
brilliant. We love it, don't
and
we?
you're heading to set to the last
Straight back
to Series 5.
Crimes,
so we'll look forward to that coming very soon.
Yeah.
Grace continues Sunday night, 8 p.m, ITV1 and ITVX. Oh, hello. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning. Very excited that these two musical theatre greats are with us. Thanks to their sold-out arena tours and countless fans around the world, they've become one of the nation's most popular duos.
Michael Ball and Andy Bow join us now.
Who needs
with
Oasis?
a special announcement in just a moment. But so, what is this special announcement you've got coming up for us?
We're getting married.
Oh, we're not. Oh, finally, you've given it now. You've resisted for years.
I mean, seriously, he hasn't got the ring yet or anything. I haven't said yes.
I have. I just haven't shown you it. We are announcing a new album.
Amazing.
And a tour.
Yes.
The album is going to be available for pre-order now.
Yeah.
It actually comes out on November the 8th.
Yes.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Fifth
Vinyl and everything.
This is your 6th album.
Yeah.
It is.
That's amazing.
I know. Yeah. I know.
I mean, it's a surprise you got one out, but you've got 6 now. But this is. I love the theory of this one. Together at Home.
Yeah.
Now, talk us about the sort of the songs that you put on this album.
Yeah, they're all songs that relate to being at home, finding your home. You know, we all connect with home. It doesn't have to be a building. It can be a person in your life who makes it your home. You know, so yeah, and these songs are just relevant to our country, Ireland, Scotland, you know, every nation. So it's like everybody can relate to being at home.
What are the songs that mean the most to you on there? Ones you were like, I'm putting this on without a shadow of a doubt.
The one we've just put out today, that we played for the first time today, is Proud.
Yeah.
And that was me over the summer.
Yes.
And it was
the Olympics.
With the Olympics, with Gracie.
Your
My granddaughter
played for Team GB in the Olympic Sevens.
Yeah. We flew over, all the family, me, Kath, all the family. Look at her. She's actually the fastest female rugby player in the world.
Is she really?
Yeah, she's like unreal.
Lightning.
And to be in the
She's in
Stade...
action, look.
Wow.
To be in the Stade de France and watch her score a try... I mean...
This is her place.
awesome.
That's not from the Olympics, because, quite frankly, you need to remortgage the whole channel to play that. But I can't, Michael, for you there as a family, I would have been a bit...
It was just... I was more nervous and more proud of that than anything I've done myself.
And hence that song being on there means loads for you.
Loads.
What about you, Alfie?
There's a beautiful song on there that I discovered called Welcome Home.
It's great.
Yeah.
And the way that we sing it is, I'm very proud of that. You know, but it's a song that you sing to your kids, and when I'm with my kids, makes me feel at home. So that's the one that I like the most.
Did any not make the cut? Did you argue over any?
Was there any?
There was. No, I don't know. Was there? What is on the album?
Yes, there was. Yeah, there was. We tried to do that mix-up of the hymn mix.
Oh, yeah.
The mix-up of the hymn. That sounds catchy.
We had our Dave Arch was doing doing the arrangements and so on.
Yeah,
and
we tried to mix up Vow to Thee, My Country and Auld Lang Syne.
Yeah.
And it didn't work.
Well, it sounds like a great mashup.
It was a great idea.
It would have worked. It would have worked if we'd spent longer on it.
You cut
put more of an effort into it, but you know.
But you've had busy summers, though.
Yeah.
The Empire State Building, by the way, that's quite a spectacular feat. You abseiled down it.
Yeah. I'm an ambassador.
You there?
There you go. Yeah, I'm an ambassador for the Outward Bound Trust.
Yeah.
And they asked a lot of the ambassadors to do this stunt, you know, to sort of show young kids that challenges are in your reach, you can succeed, you can rise to the challenge, and it helps you through life. I went through and I did an Outward Bound course when I was 16, and we were set lots of challenges, and it just prepares you for the life ahead, for the road ahead. So, awesome. Abseiling down the Empire State was pretty intense.
Has it prepared you for the Les Mis arena at all?
Oh, yeah. 40 years.
40 years I've been associated with it. Yeah, it's come. Yeah, it's unreal. I tell you what was lovely. We done the all-star concert version in the West End. Brought it back after first lockdown, had to close it again after just 10 shows. Yeah. It felt like unfinished business. I don't know about...
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And so to be back, to be part of this extraordinary company, which is taking it around the world in arenas. We're doing the UK because we don't travel.
Quite right.
Quite right. And to be back in that room, singing those songs, working with him, and all the other, it's just, it's a dream.
Mega.
It's a dream.
It really is.
And I can't remember it.
Oh, hello. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning.
Oh, Olivia, this looks juicy. I'm so excited for this show. I mean, it looked a lot of fun to do.
It was a lot of fun, a lot of stress. As you can imagine, a lot went into it. It was somewhat of a military operation, getting those lads out there, keeping it all under wraps, making sure they actually really believed in Brotopia. And they obsessed with that one.
Yeah.
They really needed to, like, embody Brotopia, and they did, which they made it almost scarier, because when I go out there to reveal the real show to them, I was nervous, and I don't really get nervous. And everyone that was working with me on that, you know, everyone from Optimum Productions who worked with me for years, they're like, that's the first time I've ever seen a little bit of nerves, because I thought, I don't know how they're going to react. And what if some of them want to leave and we have no show? All these things are going through my head.
Well, I'm surprised more of them didn't want to leave, because they're signing up for one thing, thinking, yeah, it's all about the bros and being best mates. And then you're coming along going, no, 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 you've been stitched right up. But before we go into that, it was quite clever how you made it convincing, because wasn't it your idea to get your mate Pete Wicks involved?
It was.
Just to seal the deal there.
Well, we were in, like, late development meetings, and we were thinking of different ways to set up the fake show. Is it like an AI talking head, or does someone Zoom them from London or whatever? And I was like, I just feel that they're going to smell a rat. They need someone. I was like, who is, like, the ultimate bro? Who's good with the lads? Who will be able to get them all G'd up and would really be a believable host? It's Pete.
It's got to be Pete.
And obviously, he's my mate, so I called him up. I was like, you've got a free weekend in May. He was like, what's it for? So I said, come to Zante, you'll find out.
So you're over there, all the lads. They think they're basically on a working holiday, having a great old time. You hit them with this. This isn't what it's all about. What was the reaction like? Did anyone leave?
So no one left. So we had a full 8 stage. I know, unbelievable. Mixed reactions. Some of them, it was very explosive out the gate. Some of them, it kind of bubbled on for a few days. Some took it quite well. But the show, that is their big first shock, obviously. But there's shocks that follow that they took worse than the girlfriends being there and the show being fake.
So the girlfriends come over and they call out the boyfriends for all the things they've done wrong. There's no running away from this.
No, they're there. They're there to face it. And then obviously, you know what it's like. You have to give people a cooling off period. We can't make anyone stay. So it was a real thing of, like, are they genuinely going to re-consent to this new show? And we had a 24-hour period where all we had to do was sit and wait, but it was horrible, because I was like, we can pick up tomorrow and we've got no show.
No.
And we've been making this thing for, like, over a year, and they could all just go, no, I'm not doing this.
So just to get an idea of how this works, I've seen the trailer. I mean, this is the kind of show I will be binge-watching, I'll be hooked on. But did the girls get to spy on the lads first and watch them behaving when they thought it was just them and the boys,
Yeah. So there was a 24-hour period. They go on a night out on the strip, and the girls basically join them there undercover.
Undercover?
Undercover,
just like watching them in the club and stuff.
Yeah. So they see what the boys are behaving like.
And that's their boyfriends. It's not their exes, is it?
No, it's all these couples are in committed current relationships. Some have been together 8 years, 2 years, a year. But the casting team are just phenomenal, and they've been, like, learning about these couples for over a year. So we really made sure we had proper foundations, proper history. We didn't want anyone coming on the show who didn't have a real relationship they wanted to fight for. And it's funny and it's shocking, but there's a lot of depth in it. And you can imagine it gets quite emotional quite quickly because you're dealing with people's real lives and their real relationship.
And they're seeing things that they will not want to see. I'm sure not everyone was well behaved.
They weren't. And then for the boys, I think as well, it was a very exposing experience because they see what their behaviour looks like, I think, and what that behaviour, the effect it has on the person they love, you know, and I think that's also quite a sobering educational journey for them. So it's a lot of fun, it's a lot of silliness, and they are really funny, this lot, and I laughed. I've watched every show 80 times already, and I still laugh out loud every time.
What was the moment when the girlfriends revealed themselves and said, I've been watching you, you bad, bad boy? What was that moment like?
You could hear like a pin drop. Yeah. It was like just silent and just sort of heads and hands, huffing and puffing from the boys. The girls were like, some of them were really angry, obviously, from what they'd seen. And they're just staring. It's like that blinking. And the boys are just trying not to get eye contact. They're looking everywhere, but at their girlfriends are looking at the floor. They're like... So, yeah, very dramatic, very tense.
As someone who's been the other side of a reality show, you know, you've done Love Island, done Only Way is Essex, is it quite nice for you to be full circle and it's your show? Your name's on it. This is your baby.
I mean, in terms of a career sort of journey, unbelievable. Like, it still doesn't feel real, incredible, so grateful. But then also, as the host, I feel like I have this special connection to the cast because I know, I didn't do this show, but I know what it feels like to be in a big cast show. You don't know what really to expect. You're putting full trust in a team of people you don't know. Now it's going to come out on telly and people are going to watch it and comment on it. And I was with the cast last night. They were asking me lots of questions and I feel what they're feeling because I've lived it.
Yeah.
And I think that's quite nice, though, because I feel like I hope they can lean on me if they need to.
Well, yeah, because you're being really genuine. You genuinely have gone through this stuff. And actually, you do half forget people are going to watch it. They've done all this stuff.
I know.
And now... there is going to be backlash, you just know it, don't you? Because there'll be people tweeting and
and do you know what? It's a really fun show with a lot of heart, but like you say, it's the hardest time ever to make telly because, you know, if it's too quiet, it's boring. If it's too juicy, it's too much. And you have to find somewhere in the middle to keep things, you know, the right measure. Yeah. And like you say, you're not going to please everyone. That's what I was saying to them last night. I said, but you're true to yourselves and you did a really brave thing. A lot of people are not brave enough to do that. So just got to hold your head high.
I love how much thought you put into these TV shows, these documentaries. You're very passionate about it, really.
I am, yeah.
Thank you
It's
for
so
visiting
good.
our This Morning YouTube channel. Now, we upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.
Hey, did you see
and
that?
Jeff joins us now. Well, Jeff's been here all morning. Jeff, you're amazing. A lot of people kind of come in and just kind of leave. You just kind of enjoyed hanging out.
You're never going to get rid of me.
No,
Wild horse
buddy,
could
there you go,
buddy.
Buddy loves Jeff.
I love
Jeff, your
Buddy.
trousers are covered in hairs. I'm so sorry. Dog hairs.
Oh, no, I like it. I like it. How beautiful.
Oh, my word, he's a dote. He's an absolute dote. He really is.
He's a what?
A dote.
A gauche?
A dote.
A doche?
A dote. It's an Irish term. Dote. D-O-T-E. Dote.
D-O-T-E?
Yeah, someone's like doting. You're doting.
Oh, doting. Oh,
Yeah.
You didn't know that? I've never heard of that in my
I've heard him
life.
say it.
There you go.
I'm learning new things already,
you go.
like doting, like I'm doting on you. He's a dote.
dote.
He dotes on us. Well, look at this.
Oh,
Look how sweet. He's right at your feet. Look, his little tail is right on your pedicure.
Honestly, Jeff, it's such a pleasure always interviewing you, meeting you. You're one of the most down-to-earth Hollywood actors, people in general. But you were in the coolest new Netflix show, Chaos.
Oh, that show. I think it's cool, too. Have you seen a bit of it?
I've only seen the trailer. That was enough to hook me in. This is like a whole modern take on Greek mythology.
That's correct. Charlie Cavell wrote it brilliantly. It's darkly hilarious and moving and profound. It's a rollicking good tale. And it's a sumptuous, it's a visual feast.
What's it about, Jeff?
Huh?
What's it about? Tell us what's it about.
Do you know anything about the Greek myths?
Yeah.
Well, it takes several...
I do. I mean, we're taught it at schools, and I think we're all a bit fascinated by Greek mythology.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much this dips into it.
How much this is about that?
Yeah.
Well, Charlie writes about, we took several of the Greek mythological characters, Zeus, my wife Hera, who's also my sister, from the original tale, my brother, king of the underworld,
Got
David
Hades.
Thewlis, Hades, that's right, Janet Mateer plays my wife, and it puts it into a modern setting and fills it out with human frailty and reality and naturalism. So my character is kind of a narcissistic, megalomaniacal, petty, paranoid, unhinged abuser of power. And then there are some women of power, of emerging power around me who go, you know, I think it's time for that guy to possibly take an exit. Buddy,
Yeah,
come
Buddy
here.
did not like that description.
I'm
of your
sorry,
character.
Buddy. Don't let me scare you. It's only acting.
Buddy, come here.
So you know what I mean. So I like it very much. So it gets my highest recommendation. Wait till you see it. It comes out today.
There's
8
6
episodes.
Oh, 8.
Yeah, you can watch it tonight when you go home or binge it this weekend. I like it. You know who else is in it? Billy Piper.
Billy Piper, who we know and love.
Oh, fantastic.
Eddie Izzard. I've seen his one.
Susie Eddie.
The
Izzard's
Face.
fantastic in it. So many people. It's really great.
What I loved about the way that your character seems so fun to play, doesn't he almost lose it over getting one wrinkle?
Yes, that's what happens. I look in the mirror. I'm supposed to be immortal, never aging beyond whatever this is. But I look in the mirror, I go, what's going on? And I take it, I have a prophecy in my pocket, and I go, this is the end of the world. Something's going to happen. And hilarity ensues, and much drama.
I love the style of it. I mean, you are seriously cool in this. There's no togas.
Coming from you,
Well,
no
hey.
togas. No, it's modern. They put me in these track suits, you know, like a retired mafia guy or
Yeah,
something.
you do look like a mafia sort of boss.
Yeah, you know, hey, there you go.
Wonderful.
So, yeah, that's the story. Rebecca Hale did the costumes brilliantly. My own pal and cohort, Andrew Vitero, we contributed a thing or two, including this heirloom that was handed down to my wife from her father, from his people. It's a gold coin with Napoleon on it. He made it into a ring, gave it to her, and a couple of years ago, she said, I want you to have this, da-da-da-da. This came along, and I said, I think that might be Zeus. So dedicated to her and her family, I prominently show that ring here and there.
Has that ring almost become a real key part of your character, like almost?
It kind of was.
It's
Yeah,
funny
look-
how that can happen, isn't it? How that was just a little idea.
That's right. That's exactly right. You guys are fantastic. I'm so happy to be with you. You've met his son, Quinn.
Oh.
What a great man that is,
He's
young man.
Honestly, he's the nicest human being. There's no point in meeting any other human beings after meeting Quinn, but he loves Greek mythology because
He
he's
loves
a
Greek.
Trinity student studying history, and he loves
He's in his 4th year, he was telling me. He's studying history. He's making his dissertation on Irish history.
That's right.
What a great, and the two of you are great together. I
Thank
know
you
you've just
so
spent this
much,
week
Jeff.
together, but what a great dad you are. I saw you together. It's a pleasure and very moving to meet the both of you, really.
We're having a
aren't
lovely
you?
time.
And you just had a baby, too.
I know, it's all going
Ruby,
on.
have you met Ruby?
I have met Ruby, yeah. Ruby's
I'd love to meet Ruby. We've got
Oh,
2 kids, 7 and
imagine.
9. But Ruby,
Oh, yeah.
do you know that Thelonious Monk song, Ruby, My Dear? Look that up. I like it a lot. I love Thelonious Monk. There are other Ruby songs. Do you know
Is it
Kenny
what-
Rogers? Ruby, don't take your love to town. Do you know that one?
No, I don't know it.
Where's-
but I will
where
be
did you
looking
get
it up.
Ruby from?
I'm not sure, but there is a Kaiser Chiefs song that goes, Ruby, 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 Ruby!
Oh, I like that too.
It's really good.
Well, there are lots of them. Look up this Thelonious Monk song. Very good.
Ruby Tuesday.
Ruby Tuesday.
No one's gonna hang the blame on you.
But-
Hey, there's the Irish.
Yeah.
Sing this. Oh, Danny boy.
Oh, Danny boy, the light, the bells,
The pipes are calling. What's happening?
From glen to glen.
Quinn, join us.
We've all joined a cult,
Tis
and
you,
we're very
tis
happy.
you.
Do not need to help us.
I love it. Well, there's that Irish voice that I
Jeff,
wish I only had a little part of it.
We know you're a good singer. We know that you're in your jazz band and you do all this cool stuff. But you're also in Wicked with Ariana Grande.
And Cynthia Erivo,
Oh,
and Jonathan
unbelievable.
Bailey, whose picture you have on your wall.
Yes.
They are fantastic. And Michelle Yeoh's in it. John M. Chu directs it. I
What a
think
cast.
I think it's a special item.
Yeah, because you were just about to finish. I know you were filming loads of it here in the UK. And then there was the writer's strike and all sorts of stuff happened. And you were like about a week out of finishing, weren't you? And it's just taken a while to get it finished.
Yeah, that's correct. You know, during that last period, everybody had those kind of challenges. Oh, yeah, we finished it. It's 2 movies. Yeah, it's going to be out. Yeah.
Some beautiful tunes as well in Wicked.
I think so, too. Do you know any of them?
I
Defying
love
Gravity.
Defying Gravity, but I try to sing it in the car, but it's the most unbelievable kind of West End tune. You know it?
Yeah. I'm not going to sing it, Jeff, because
Can you sing it, Jim? Can you hit the high note on it?
No, you know. Yeah, no, I saw Idina Menzel, who's on your wall also, originally. No, it brings me to tears. That's very moving, that whole show. But wait till you hear the music for Chaos. You know who did the composing of this?
No.
Isabella Summers from Florence and the Machine.
No way!
Wow.
Who I met at Chateau Marmont. She came up to me and said, I'm working on your show. Yeah. Very exciting, yeah.
That is so incredible.
Jurassic Park and Quinn, and I just adore Jurassic Park. And to celebrate the fact you're coming in today, Quinn and I took ourselves out to the Natural History Museum to look at the dinosaurs, and we had such a great time. And I bought you a little gift.
What?
A little tiny.
Can I accept it?
Tiny.
You must.
Yeah.
Really?
You must.
Of course you can. I filled in all the relevant forms.
Buddy thinks it's a treat.
Stay, buddy. What's this? Wait. Buddy, stay. Buddy, it's a T-Rex egg.
Yeah.
It's a T-Rex egg.
Not only that, Jeff, it's a hatching egg. You put that in water, in 24 hours, it says on the box, it must be true, you're going to have a full-size T-Rex in your house.
Okay, I'm frightened and excited.
Good. That's the best combination of things.
Thank you very much. I will cherish this forever.
You should.
Talk to us about Jurassic Park, because it's such an iconic film. Your role is superb in it, and it stands the test of time so well, doesn't it?
Thanks. I'll tell you anything you want to know. You know, I've done 4 of them. The original one, Steven Spielberg directed. Second one. Hey, there's nothing in that bag anymore, buddy.
Come here, buddy.
So, you know, I'll tell you anything you want to know.
Well, did you ever keep anything from any of the sets, any of the teeth, any of the claws?
Do you know, my kid, I have 2 kids, I told you, Charlie and River. They just arrived here in London. They brought me oh no, that's a shark's tooth. Never mind. It's a shark's tooth. A necklace. They said, Dada, here's a thing with a tooth on it.
Is it weird for them because they're old enough just to be watching those films now, right?
I showed it to them. It was scary, but no, they pride themselves. 2 boys. We don't know.
We're not scared.
That's right. But no, they watched that. You know. Oh yeah, Dada, he's in that Jurassic Park.
Are they into dinosaurs and stuff?
Lots of kids are into dinosaurs.
And grown-ups.
You're right. We never grow out of it, do we?
They really
dinosaurs are, right? You like dinosaurs?
Who doesn't love dinosaurs? Do you have a favourite dinosaur, Jeff?
Let's see. Well,
that was a velociraptor you did there.
Velociraptor. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Well, now it's my favourite is the T-Rex.
Of course.
Because of this egg.
He is the one. Well, look, we're so excited, aren't we?
Life for you is LA and Tuscany. You're living in a beautiful part of Italy.
We stay in a beautiful part of Italy, here and there, and you've been around there. Yes. Do you speak Italian?
No. I say prego like I do and then say nothing else.
Prego. I think that's you're welcome.
You're welcome.
Grazie. If I say grazie, you say prego.
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 Thank you.
Yeah, I love it. Have you been to Italy?
No, I've been to Rome, but I've not done any of the sort of other places. So, I mean, very touristy areas.
But what a place to bring up kids as well. I mean, wonderful, because are they multilingual at this stage?
Yes, they speak French because they're in this French school, and they speak Italian now. They speak 3 languages.
That's amazing, isn't it?
How about Quinn? Does he speak...
Quinn, I
Where
will
is
to all
Quinn?
the kind shot square.
there he is.
He speaks a little bit of Irish, Quinn. A little bit. We're mortifying you at the moment, Quinn. How many languages have you got, Quinn? None. 2. We've got to work on that. Spanish.
Quinn, sprechen Sie Deutsch?
No.
9.
Ja, ein bisschen. Parlez-vous français?
No. Poor Quinn.
Bit of Irish.
But I'll bet he sings up a storm. When Irish eyes are smiling, Quinn, Chartelvie.
Poor Quinny. This is his worst nightmare.
You know the first thing he said to me? I'll make a boat and sail away. Lucky Charms.
I have to hug him.
Come here, Quinn.
Oh, babe,
He's reading
I'm so sorry to do this to you today.
Look at that.
First day of the studio, and he's met Jeff Goldblum. He's been the embarrassed by Dad. I mean, I love it. Oh, look at that.
Thank you, Quinn. I love that.
Jeff, we never want you to leave, but we're so excited about your new show, Chaos.
Yes, ma'am.
It's on Netflix. You can binge it tonight.
That's right. 8 episodes, 8 hours. Oh, boy.
Pure bliss, pure fashion, pure soundtrack, everything. It's all in there.
I think so.
I think so. We know so. Thank you so much, Jeff.
Lovely seeing you.
Lovely seeing you.
What a lovely time we've had. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. Now, we upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning. Look carefully at any of the world's biggest stars or politicians or anything like that. Just a few steps behind them, around them, in front of them, just circling them carefully. You'll find a man or a woman tasked with keeping them safe.
Yes. Now, British-born Nina Hobson is one of the most respected close protection bodyguards in the world, with a CV that is incredible. It includes prime ministers, pop stars, you name it.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And Nina is here. You've taken a bit of time out to come and join us on the sofa. Good to see you. There's so much to talk about. I wonder how you got into it and who you've protected. But just one thing we were talking about this morning, the attempted assassination on Donald Trump. And in the front of shot, there was a female protection officer, and then the head of the CIA was a female as well. And the sexist abuse they got, and a lot of mid-America going, why are women in this role, this important role? And it was shocking to hear it, and that kind of prejudice exists out there. What was your view on all that?
Oh, I mean, anytime there's a woman in a man's world, that's the kind of grief that you get. You know, I'm sure it was the women's fault that he got shot. I'm sure it was the women's fault that he survived. So, to me, I mean, I've grown up in a man's world. I've only ever worked with men, whether it's been in the police or in close protection or the security that I work in now. So I'm not surprised at all to hear those kind of things. But to me, those women were doing their job and they did it incredibly well. And it's about time that there were more women in security, because we're really good at it.
Well, it's not just all about being some big, burly beefcake, is it?
No.
It's strategy, it's everything, right?
Yeah, correct. And, you know, in America, it's very much, I call them the Hollywood bodyguards, and they have a purpose and a place, and, you know, they're 6'9" and that's fine most of the time. But sometimes if you are just that person and you are not really 100% sure what to do when it goes wrong, and it sometimes does, then that's when you've got a problem, and you need to have somebody who's trained and knows what they're doing. From getting a celebrity in and out of a car, you know, you go, how do you do that? Well, you've got to get them out without paparazzi getting in the other side. You know, just the little things that as a trained person we understand, whereas a big guy doesn't necessarily.
Yeah, it's all right being muscle, but you also just need a bit of, you know, forward planning. I bet you're thinking 10 steps ahead all the time,
Always.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need brains to get Bono out of a pub, right?
That I failed that one, obviously.
Yeah, let's talk about that, because you were his bodyguard, is that right?
I looked after him when he was on tour in Australia, yeah. So he has the same bodyguard he's had forever, and I was very privileged to get to look after him in Australia, and he was just wonderful. I think I drank my first bottle of Cristal champagne with him, to be honest.
What a claim to fame, eh?
Because Bono's, and that's the difficulty, he's such a man of the people, he likes to wander around, live as normal a life as he possibly can. Right. We see him in Dublin all the time, in Finnegan's Pub and Dalkey. You have to try and fit into that lifestyle when you're protecting Bono. Right?
Yeah, and the thing with Bono is he took on a security expert and he listened to what you told him, which is great. You know, that's what my job is, so please listen to me. That's not necessarily true with every person that we look after. And you say, don't do this because it's not safe. Oh, well, you'll fix it. So it's a really different dynamic, but Bono was great.
What's the key bit of advice you give them when you start working with them?
Start working with them. Going back to the female thing, as a female, you sometimes get, do you know what you're doing? So the key bit of advice is, I know what I'm doing, please listen to me. And if you think, even to the client, if you think there's a problem, tell me, because we can fix it rather than try and navigate it after the event. So we have a very, very tight relationship with who we look after.
Well, the thing is, you have years of experience, and this started, you know, on the British police force, right?
Right.
And then talk us through that journey then. So you started as just a beat cop, how they call it.
Yeah, beat Bobby. Back in the day when I had to have a handbag and heels.
Oh, there you are there, look.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
Look at
that. Please don't show any of my team that.
Too late.
And then I wanted to be working with dogs or horses, and that didn't happen. And as a female back then, you were put into the rape victim situation to look after rape victims or children. I didn't have kids, I didn't like kids, I didn't want kids, but as a female, that was my role. And then the story around me doing my first protection work was we had, back in the day, the booze cruise to France.
Yep.
And you had to pick your name out of a hat, because obviously we couldn't all go. And I didn't get my name picked out, and I was I was a bit miserable about it and a bit of a tantrum. And so my boss said, well, how about you do this tomorrow? And didn't know what the job was or anything. You need to be at this place at 5 a.m. And this place just happened to be looking after Margaret Thatcher.
Wow.
And so that was fun. That was worth missing the booze cruise. Wow. And so that was kind of my first feeling of close protection work. On the outskirts, because she has a team, and she had a team that she went everywhere with, and if they didn't go with her, she wouldn't go. And that's how it works in the police with obviously politicians and royalty. A little bit different with celebrities. But yeah, that was my first taste, and then it went from there.
How do you even start with someone like Britney Spears, who's instantly recognisable?
Yeah.
And constantly, I guess, a threat because of that. How do you start those conversations? What do you do on a daily basis with her?
I can't obviously go into too much about what I do with her particularly, because obviously that's
still doing it.
Security. So, but yeah, let's put it this way: we have a lot of fun, a lot of fun, and a lot of stress, and I have a lot of grey hairs.
Well, take it when she parties, you have to party, albeit on mineral water. You have to be alongside. You have to do everything.
Always mineral water. Yes. Yeah.
I thought it was interesting that now, so it's scaled up from you know, like you say, starting off with Margaret Thatcher, then you do Bono, and then you get into sort of the music industry. Now you have a team of 50, right?
15.
Oh, 15, sorry.
So
after this show, it'll be 15, Nina.
Right.
You got it.
So the company that I work for is a company called David Shield Security, and we're a global company, and we specialise in close protection and investigations. So I'm head of their investigations as well as head of the client that you've just mentioned. I'm head of her team.
Wow.
So I have 15 alpha males working for me.
And I bet you people go to them first thinking that they're in charge, right?
It's really interesting when you go somewhere and they don't recognise that, you know, and you say, oh, our head of security is here, that they will go naturally to the guy to shake the hand first. And I love that moment when I go, excuse me, it's me.
Oh, well done.
But yeah, that happens all the time. Just because being a female and being a British female as well. I mean, who thought it?
Who'd have thought?
Yeah, right.
But, you know, you are so cool. If you don't mind me saying, I think you are wicked, and what you've done, and you know, you're sort of paving the way for future women to do it as well.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, that's my big thing, to leave a legacy, and we can do it. Just because we're not the Muslim men, we can do it, and we do it very well.
Good on you.
Absolutely.
Keep going, yeah, brilliant. And yeah, an inspiration to a lot of people out there. You may be creating new bodyguards just this morning by being on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for
much
visiting
for that.
our This Morning YouTube channel. Now, we upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.
Now, losing a loved one affects each one of us very differently, and how we cope once they've gone can be just so difficult to talk about. Like, it's the one subject you just want to avoid almost, isn't it?
Yeah, but unavoidable, because it happens to all of us at some stage in our lives, doesn't it? When Colleen Nolan lost several members of her family in just a very short few years, she was forced to confront her own relationship with grief. And she's written it all down and what she's learned, and it's brilliant because she's going to share it with all of us and help everybody out there. It's a brand new book, and Shan's got it in her hands here at the moment. Yeah,
Colleen.
that's it. It is called A Hand to Hold.
I think this is such a good idea, Colleen, because so many people suffer alone, or they don't feel like they can bring it up to family members. So this is almost a way of you being a bit of a little hug.
That's it. Well, thank you. That's exactly what I wanted it to be, because I did a podcast about grief, and when I was asked to do it, I thought, that's a bit depressing. You know, how am I going to make that funny?
Yeah.
But of course I did. But it was really interesting to get all these people in talking about how they've coped with grief. How they've then since gone on to talk about funerals. And like you said, it's just a topic that everyone's terrified of, and yet it's something we all have in common. Whether we like it or not, well, hopefully not for many, many years, it's coming to us all. And we need to be open about it, you know, because people grieve. The thing I noticed as well is people grieve so differently. I never met two people that grieve the same. And everyone's wondering is this right? Should I feel like this? How do I get out of bed in the morning? How do I carry on with life? And a lot of people, like you said, don't have anyone to talk to. You know, I come from a very big Irish family, so I'm very lucky that we all surround each other in our grief. And again, we all grieve differently. And I just wanted it to be a book that somebody God forbid, they're going through it, or they know someone else who's going through it, or they don't know how to deal with someone who's going through it. That's the other thing. You know, we've had people cross the street because they don't know what to say to us. When we lost Bernie, and my sister Linda, when she lost her husband, you know, friends she'd known years, she never heard from again because they didn't know what to say. And it kind of takes you down that path of knowing what to say. And it's better to say something than nothing. So there's loads of helplines in there from specialists, people at the back. There's lovely poetry in there. Yes, some of it's sad, but also some of it is funny. You know, the stories that I got about what people want for their funerals, we were crying, laughing, or what had happened at funerals and how they laughed. And it doesn't all have to be doom and gloom.
There's nothing quite like an Irish funeral, though, is there?
Well, what I learned about Irish funerals.
Honestly.
Wow, I've never actually been to a proper Irish funeral.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well,
I'll bring you along to one.
No!
Is it one of those where everybody just gets involved almost?
No, but the body's in the lounge.
The night before, yeah. The night before, we put the body out in their home, or the funeral home, and then everybody comes along.
Yeah.
And it's really weird because you end up kind of with the hand on them going, "How's work anyway? How's life?"
Looking over the.
It becomes so normalised and casual, and then you tell funny stories over the body. I know it sounds really weird. I remember my dad, we were hiding cans of Guinness and chocolate in the coffin before the priest put the lid on. I mean,
stop it.
But what it does do is it kind of. It just normalises it, it takes away the taboo, and it helps with the next process, because that's the hard bit, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly, and we don't do that over here, and we don't talk about death or what we want. It's so important to let your family, no matter what age you are, young or old, to let your family know what kind of funeral you want, because the amount of families that splinter over a funeral because they all have their opinions. You know, my sister Bernie literally left a whole note of who was going in what car, what flowers she wanted, what songs she wanted, how she wanted it. And honestly, on the day, which is so stressful enough, it was so lovely for all of us to know that we couldn't argue, because that's what Bernie wanted. And that's when it brought it home to me of how important it is.
Didn't she say to you, you can cry, but for 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
And then you get over it.
2 weeks. She said, cry for 2 weeks a lot, because I deserve it. And then I want you to get up and carry on with it.
You see, that's so good, isn't it?
It is, because, you know, 2 weeks down the line, I still didn't want to get up. I didn't want to do anything, to be honest.
Yeah, but there was a lot of...
But I kept hearing her go, come on now.
Come on.
There was a lot of loss in a short space of time in your life.
Yeah, there was. You know, well, there was a lot of loss, a lot of bad news as well. And, you know, I'd lost my mum and dad, I lost my sister-in-law, I lost Bernie, we lost Linda's husband. My auntie then passed not so long ago. So there has been a lot of loss. But Bernie's talk to me is the one that's pushed me through all of it, because you do have to carry on. And you know what? You can be fine for 6 months. That's the thing about grief. You're fine for 6 months, and then out of the blue, it hits you again. There's no time. There's no right or wrong way of doing it. And I think this book hopefully helps people.
There's a very weird 6-month hit after the person passes.
Yeah.
And everyone goes through 6, 7 months, and boosh.
Yeah, you think you're fine, and then one thing sets you off.
Do you reckon there's also a lot of guilt attached to sort of not moving on, but you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, well, I can't have a holiday, I can't laugh, I can't look happy.
So much guilt, and that's the thing that came across in the podcast. They'd all grieve differently, but the one thing they had in common was this element of guilt.
Yeah.
Did I do enough? I didn't get to say goodbye properly. I should have done this, and now I'm going on holiday, or I've met someone.
Yeah.
You know, even it could be 6 months, a year, 2 years, but whenever it is, they feel guilty about moving on, and that it's covered in the book as well.
What's the biggest learning?
The biggest learning for me? I guess that life has to go on, and it does go on. And in actual fact, this is terrible, none of it matters. None of this matters. Do you know what I mean? I used to get so stressed and down about things. Now I go, I bet Bernie wishes she was here getting down about her tax bill or her next job, and it puts everything into perspective. And now I grasp each day whenever that I can. And I'm not scared to say no anymore. If I don't want to do something, I go, no.
Yeah, life is too short.
It's too short.
Do what you want to do.
Yeah.
And you've got your girls around you. You know, you've been with the Loose Women girls who've helped you through most of your life, haven't they?
They're my surrogate sisters, all of them. They've got me through everything in my life.
If we don't plug this book one more time, we'd be in terrible trouble. There you go.
We'll be going
Please,
to an
your book,
Irish funeral.
Untold, is out tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead, hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss out, and we'll see you in the morning.
Now, this story is honestly so shocking. Let's go back to 2016 when Marisha Wallace burst onto the West End stage as Effie in Dreamgirls. Now, having had a hugely successful career in Broadway, this was the beginning of her big move to the UK as a West End star. It was all going so well.
Going very, very well. She found a love match on a dating app, but who she thought was the man of her dreams turned out to be an absolute nightmare. She was scammed out of £60,000, a huge amount of money, it really was.
Yeah. I mean, it's just disgusting. And I have to say, I'm just so pleased that you're here and you're ready to talk about this because it will have been a big trauma in your life. So thank you so much for that.
Good morning to
Good
you both,
morning.
by the way. And I know your train was delayed, so you're a bit panicked, so thank you for making it to the sofa today.
Good morning.
Lisa is victim supports fraud expert, and she's going to here to give us advice as well off the back of this story. Unbelievable story, because everything seemed to be going so well in life.
Well, I had just moved from the States, from New York to London. I was here alone. It was 2018. I had just taken over the role of Effie White, which is a huge role to play, very emotional role anyway. And simultaneously, I was going through a divorce. So I was vulnerable, I was alone, and then I thought, you know what? I'm gonna try to put myself out there. Yeah. I'm gonna go on Bumble, on this dating app. And I meet this guy, and we go on a date, and everything is great, and we're just being friends. He was very supportive of me during this, like, really hard time, and he was like a friend and someone to listen to, and he told me he was into finance. Mm-hmm. And I, at the time, had been saving money for a really, really long time because I wanted to buy my mom a house.
Oh.
And so I was like, instead of leaving that money just sitting in my account, I wanted to invest it in some kind of high-yield interest or some kind of way to make money off the money that I had saved. And he was like, well, I'm in investment, so I'll help you. And I was like, great. And then, you know, you're building this trust. And he says, I'll send you to an account manager that I know. I got on the phone with the account manager, had many calls with him, did my due diligence of like checking it out. He worked for a reputable firm, which I thought.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I put the first amount in, which was about 24 grand, because that was like my savings.
Yep.
And I got a return, like after a couple of
So this is the interesting part for me.
Yeah.
So you put this money in,
yeah.
and at this point everything seems legit because nothing was forced on you. It was all very casual,
no, it was
right?
all very casual. It was all very professional as well, because
Yeah.
I had like a website, like where you put your password in. I could
Yeah.
see the money that was there. I could see the money, the interest that it was supposedly accruing.
Yeah, and so suddenly you start making money off this
and
investment,
I get money
and it
back.
feels legit.
Yeah, I get cash back, like, and it was like a good amount.
Yep.
So I was like, oh, this is really great. And then they were like, well, there's an event coming up in a couple of weeks. And also, this guy who's supposed to be my friend is pressuring me, but not real pressure. It's like you don't feel like it's pressure, because he's like, well, I just put in more money this week, and then I got more money out. And they were like, well, there's an event coming up. If you put money in the next 2 weeks, more money into the account, you'll get a higher return because the interest rates are going to go up.
So you were sort of given this urgency of, you know, stock market's looking good or whatever they were sort of saying to you.
Yeah.
Probably best to invest now. It felt like they were, you know, supporting you in a good decision.
Yeah, and I thought, oh, this, because I'm a very trusting person. If someone says they're going to help me, I just am like, okay, great. I did my research online.
Yeah.
I thought, and the person is sitting in front of you. It's not like it is today where everything is online.
Yeah.
This man is sitting in my home. Yeah. He's talking to me like...
You've had dinner with him?
I've had dinner with him. Like, we've had conversations. I'm thinking, it's fine. Then I invest more money, and we get it up to like 60 grand is what it was the final amount. And then a couple of days later, because up to this point, anytime I called the account manager, he was right on it.
Yep.
Like, I'll respond. And then I was on the set of Aladdin. This is crazy. My first film I've ever done.
Oh.
I was so excited. I was working with Guy Ritchie, and I was in the trailer getting ready, and I texted him on a whim, because I just had this, like, whim. I was like, I had a bad feeling. I texted, and no one responded.
Oh.
And I called, and no one responded. And I kept calling, and no one responded. And then the runner came to get me out of my trailer. And I was literally like, I was crying. I was like, it's a scam. Like, I knew in that moment.
You knew there
I knew
and then.
instantly that it was wrong.
It's a feeling.
It was a feeling.
Yeah.
So I did the shoot the whole day. I did the show that night. And then I finally got, I don't know how, it was the grace of God. I don't even know how I survived any of it. Because I just had to keep performing. I just had to keep going. You can't tell anyone. No. You can't, you have so much shame and so much guilt, and you don't think it's real. Like, you don't think that you've actually been scammed. It's like, how is this person that I think that I know has scammed me? So then I finally do get back in contact with the guy who's supposedly my friend. And he is like, oh, no, it's fine. You know, he just, missed your call, da-da-da-da. And then I say, I want my money out now.
Yep.
I was like, I want it out now. And he's like, well, okay, well, let me get you back in contact with this guy. And then I just had to play it cool for like a couple of days so I could cipher him for more information. Because I knew it was gone, but I had to pretend like it was okay. So then I went complete detective. And I was online all night long going through like, who is this company? So then I finally called the company that he was with, and then they told me
the whole thing's
he wasn't
bogus.
real.
Yeah.
He had a different name. The account manager was actually his brother.
And you contacted the police, but then
I went to the police. I had recorded conversations. I had texts. I had phone calls. I had all of the information and nothing. They said there's nothing we can do.
The difficulty here, and Lisa Marisha talks about, being embarrassed by it. But the fact is, these scamsters are really, really good at scamming people. She shouldn't be. And I saw you kind of shaking your head there. You've heard these stories before.
Well,
it's all too
unfortunately.
common.
Yeah, I mean, the figures are that fraud is 40% of, crime in this country now, and Marisha's experience, sadly, is not an isolated one. So she's taken a great deal of courage and resilience to come here today to speak about it. And we do want to reassure people that it's never your fault. You have been manipulated, so fraudsters have massive resources. They are working sometimes on their own or in organised criminal gangs, but they will be trying to harvest information from you, trying to mould themselves into your perfect partner.
Yeah.
So this is happening today, and you bravely came on today, and thank you so much, because you are going to help people.
Yeah.
As you speak, you're helping people.
I wanted to do it because I know someone is being scammed right now.
So let's put an end to that right now, Lisa. Tell us what people have to do. What should they look out for? What are the red flags?
OK, so red flags are things like excessive flattery, early declarations of love, so something that we call love bombing. So they will really hone in on you and try to establish that bond of trust quite early. They will also try to isolate you from others because they want no one else to break the spell that they are trying to put you under. Obviously, never give money to anybody, never accept money into your account because unwittingly you could become a money mule. There's so many implications that unwittingly, you could be coerced by that fraudster into doing something criminal yourself. And if you're meeting through a dating app, stay on that secure messaging service for as long as possible because they will try to take you off that platform. And I would say, speak to friends and family. Say that you've met somebody new. It's that other person looking in that might say, hang on a minute, Lisa, that doesn't feel quite right. Yeah. Shall we check that person out?
Yeah. Any doubts, do something about it.
Yes.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming in and telling your story. Honestly, it's really important. I know it took a lot of courage.
It's taken a long time to get here, but I just want people to know there's hope. That you don't have to suffer alone, that now I'm in a really amazing relationship. I just bought my mom the house.
Yes.
Come on. That I wanted to buy her, and if you had told me that during that time, I would have never believed you that I could do it.
You are an inspiration.
And I did it. There is hope, and I hope people can see that.
For Marisha, she shouldn't have had to cope alone. So victim support, if you search for our services, we will be there to help you.
Yes.
Come to us.
So victim support, any red flags, get in touch. Thank you both so much. You've helped a lot of people. It's an incredible story, isn't it?
Yes.
Do get in touch with the right people if you're infected.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead, hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss out, and we'll see you in the morning.
Last year, our next guest was living out her dream as a professional dancer on Strictly. She'd married the love of her life and was hoping to start a family.
Yes, but then after discovering a lump in her breast, everything completely changed. And Amy Dowden's world was torn apart when Tess revealed that she had breast cancer at only 32 years old. I mean, it's just everyone's nightmare, isn't it?
as well. However, after enduring grueling treatment and rounds of chemotherapy, Amy was given the incredible news, and I'm delighted, we're talking about feel-goods on a bank holiday. This really is that she is now cancer-free.
Oh, congratulations. Look, today she's going to share her journey in her new memoir. It's called Dancing in the Rain. We are thrilled to have you on the sofa with us, Amy, and your story is just so inspirational. So thank you for sharing it as well at first.
Oh, no, thank you for having me. It's been quite a whirlwind of the last 18 months. And actually, yesterday, my family came and watched me dance for the first time since.
Oh.
So, and then tonight, the documentary coming out. It just feels like, yeah, it's a lot of emotions at the moment.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing really well, thank you. So I still have my monthly injection.
Yep.
And will do for the next 5 years. But at the moment, my tests are good, everything's positive. And yeah, I just feel like, especially in this last week, being back at Elstree at Strictly dancing, and I really feel like the old Amy is back.
Good. Because we talk about the physical aspects of cancer treatment, but the mental aspects, I mean, it's hard work, isn't it?
It really is, and I talk quite a bit about it in my book, and the tools I've used throughout my life through growing up with Crohn's disease, the dancing journey. Yeah, it is tough, and sometimes I think it's harder than the physical side of things. And what was really tough last year was watching my best friends dancing on Strictly, and I just wanted to be there with them. I knew when, you know, the warm-up songs are going on, what it's like walking down the stairs, and yeah, so it was really, really tough. And also you forget the impact it has on your loved ones as well during a cancer diagnosis. It's really tough.
I feel like you've had such a long journey and a hard journey, and I do appreciate that you've shared a lot of this on social and you know, on telly as well. But for those who don't know the story, just tell us, like, how did you find out you had breast cancer to start?
Yeah, so I was paired with Tom Fletcher on Strictly Come Dancing, and the Fletchers welcomed me into their family home, and I become really close to Joanna Fletcher, and she got me on the Copperfield trek. And whilst I was there, I was like, hang on, I'm a bit of a hypocrite. I'm here getting everybody to Copperfield to check their chests, and I don't check myself.
No.
And then a few months later, unfortunately, I found a lump. So really, Strictly kind of saved my life by pairing me with Tom Fletcher, because had I not been checking, I wouldn't be sat here right now. But it was the day before I went on my honeymoon I found it.
Oh,
and I still went on my honeymoon. And then I went to the GP straight afterwards. And
did you tell your other half?
No, there's no way he would have been on that honeymoon. He would have just been in panic. And I knew in my head, I just had this gut feeling.
Did you? People often say that. How quickly does everything happen once you've been diagnosed?
So once you've been diagnosed, then there's more tests, and it's when you're in limbo, to be honest with you. And I talk about it in the book about, you know, you just feel lost, you're unsure. And I was waking up every night thinking, I've got cancer inside of me, I just want it out.
Yeah.
And
nothing could be quick enough almost.
No.
Nothing can happen soon enough.
And until all the doctors, they know you've got cancer, but there's different types of cancer. They've got to, you know, check it's not spread and everything like that. So you don't even know the plan to begin with. And then I had surgery. And then after that, when they found out I had more than they realised, and I had ductal and lobular, they didn't know about the lobular cancer, that I was then going to start chemotherapy. So as well with a cancer diagnosis, you get given a plan, but it can quickly change. At first, I was having a lumpectomy, radiotherapy, and 5 years of treatment to keep me in the menopause because I've got a hormone-fed cancer. But then all of a sudden, I'm getting a mastectomy. Then I'm having chemotherapy. Because at first, I thought I was going to be able to do Strictly when I was diagnosed, because I thought the timescale worked quite well. So, yeah, you also need to be prepared for a lot of change in the plan along. And I always say every cancer diagnosis is different to each individual, and to bear that in mind for everybody. And the doctors who saved my life, the incredible nurses on the Sheldon unit, you know, they go above and beyond, and I'm forever grateful for giving me another shot at life. Because
you were quite nervous, weren't you, about the chemo?
Yeah.
And you were thinking, no, I'm not doing it because that will ruin other things in my life.
Yeah.
And was it a family member that sort of persuaded you?
So it was my friend, one of my best friends, Jenny, who'd just been through breast cancer herself and had chemotherapy, and she kind of pushed me through the doors on that first day, and she kept saying, look at me now, 2 years later, look at my hair, you know, you've seen it. But also I saw what she had to go through, which was so tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was a rock. And yeah, Ben, my husband, and I are so lucky for all the love and support we received from our loved ones. I don't think either of us would have got through the last year without them.
It really takes a village.
It really
get through this
does,
stuff, doesn't it?
yeah. We are, we're super lucky and grateful. And watching the documentary and doing the book was like therapy, actually, for me. You forget, actually, how much you've actually been through, because at the time you're on survival mode, just getting from one appointment to the next, one chemo to the next. And yeah, and watching it back and doing the book, you're like, did I really go through all that? It's kind of surreal.
Well, I bet it is, because it will all just be a blur. It's all just happened, doesn't it? And you just had to take in all this new information. So the documentary is tonight, 8 o'clock on BBC One.
Yes.
Let's have a little look at this, because it's honestly such an emotional journey.
Yeah, it's fine.
Mum, I can do this today.
Honestly, the first one's the worst, and then you know what to expect, and it's fine.
I really don't want to do this. Nobody ever does.
But you can do it, because you're strong.
Okay. And you can do this.
You can.
You feel like you have no control over anything. But the one thing I could fight for was my hair.
Yeah, and that side. Yeah. Okay, so scalp cooler on. You feel it, how cold it is.
You're putting on, that's to cool the scalp in the hope of keeping your hair? Is that what's happening?
Yes.
Okay.
But unfortunately, by about chemo 4, I'd already lost a lot of hair. I had quite a big bald patch on the top of my head. And when you have the cold cap, you wear it for 30 minutes before, the whole of the treatment, and an hour and a half afterwards. And your hair's like ice taking it off. And my body had already been through so much. I had sepsis. And when I went into septic shock and I needed care of intensive care to get involved, I had blood clots. My body had been through so much, and on my 4th chemo I'd gone in, I'd started being sick, and my body couldn't take it anymore. And my friend Carla was with me, who's also my hairdresser, and you see in the film, and I talk about my hair journey a lot in the book. We had to make the ultimate decision to take a cold cap off, and that decision, because I knew going home that night, I cried so much knowing that that's it now. I've got a couple of days until I'm completely bald. And I guess I was just trying to hang on to a little bit of me. So much is taken away. I'd already lost my boob. I'd lost my dancing, and I didn't know, was I ever going to get back to it? Yeah, I was just trying to hang on to that little bit of me, and I did. I found it really hard. So I was doing a cold cap to try and keep my hair,
I think anyone would, and coming from a girl's point of view, you know, your hair is part of who you are, and it can sound so insignificant when you're thinking about all this other stuff to do with cancer, but that is a bit of you. It's like, and this as well. It's almost that feeling, isn't it? What more can you take from me? However, I would say, I mean, I saw the clip of you shaving your head, and it was inspirational, and I feel like it connected a lot of people, didn't it? And people came sort of coming to you with support and saying, thank you for sharing this.
Yeah, and actually I'd seen other young ladies, one of which I ended up, Tabby, doing the Copperfield trek with later in the year. She was so brave and shared her experience of shaving her hair. She gave me, they were similar age, the confidence to shave mine. And yeah, online I built up such a lovely community of fellow breasty friends, Pink Sisters. Yeah, which really helped. And I just really hope through the book, through the documentary, that, you know, it raises awareness to get people checking themselves. Because if you're not checking, who is? Both male and females. And if 10 people start checking themselves from the book or documentary, I might be able to help save one life.
When you describe this process and everything you've been through, it's kind of amazing that we're going to see you in the new series of Strictly. I mean, fair play to you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And you're inspiring people out there by doing that as well. You must be so grateful and excited.
Yeah, and the Strictly family, they were there for me every step of the way. And yesterday, I can't say too much, but dancing again, a very special number. And the boys, the team, all picked me up at the end and you know, running me off the floor. It was so emotional. It was so lovely. And yeah, it's so surreal. And I just can't stop smiling. Yeah.
You deserve this. It's honestly, it's so nice to have a happy end to this story and see you back on the screens. Do you know who you're partnered with yet?
So you'll all have to wait. The launch show is the 14th of September. We've been working so hard, the 20th year anniversary, which feels crazy as a little girl watching it on the screen, and here I am, part of it. But yeah, we've been working super hard, and yeah, just can't wait to be dancing and entertaining. And also last year, being on the oncology unit, I saw what Strictly did for everybody, and I was so proud to be part of the show that I could see lifted people through what was such a tough time. So I'll have all those in my mind as well.
Great to have you back on it.
So nice. Thank you.
Just enjoy every bit of it. Fair play to you.
Thank you for having
Thanks
me.
for coming in. Thank you. So good luck with the book.
Yes, good luck with
Buy the book, everybody. Buy
Yes,
this.
you
Buy
really
the book.
should.
Buy
I
the
feel
book.
like it's going to be such a lovely read. Thank you so much for sharing.
You're to buy one as well. You're not getting that one.
Yes, I will. I will buy one.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead, hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss out, and we'll see you in the morning.
Rylan, you're obviously here because you're hosting it. You're not actually...
I offered and they said, no, we want viewers. So I was like, all right, fuming about it.
I'm so excited about this show,
We were
Rylan.
just talking about it. We were just saying, the last time we hosted together, I was just about to fly to Colombia to do it.
You were trying to explain it to me because we were here, we were hosting, weren't we?
And you were like, what are you
over
doing?
Easter or whenever it was, and you were like, I'm leaving actually tomorrow. I'm going really far away and I'm getting on a plane. I'm going to host this new show that's all about naked people.
Yeah.
And I said, of course you are. This is the random sort of thing you should tell me.
Yeah. You said it to me because you said, I'm going to an island with loads of naked people. I thought it was a holiday.
It sounded like a lovely trip.
I'm fine with that.
So come on, give us kind of the nitty-gritty of this, because we've seen other shows. You know, I'm a massive Love Island fan. I'm a massive Naked Attraction
Rochelle,
fan.
this is right up your street. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
know it is, which is why I've got so many questions for
bang
you.
up your street. No.
So is everything really on display? We're talking,
Yes.
you know, from...
No, everything, from the get-go. So the whole concept of the show, best way to describe it, because it's brand new for us, it is Love Island without the bikinis. That's pretty much what it is. You see everything. There's no strategic placement of the cameras, like, so there's like a plant pot in the way.
There's no fruit bowl?
No, there's no fruit bowl. You see absolutely everything. And do you know what? Of course, that's what's got everyone's talking about this show. You know, all the reviews today from the same reviewers that give me like 5 stars for my art show on BBC Two are like, this is disgraceful, you know, I don't need to see this. But that's exactly what the show is. And it's dating laid bare, literally.
Right.
And yes, that's the hook and that's the initial shock factor. You watch the first 15 minutes and you're like, is this for real? Especially when they're like sat in the diary room like this, chatting directly down the lens. And they're like, yeah, I want to do this, I want to do this. And it's eye level, you know.
Wow.
It's a lot, but after 20 minutes, you then start going, I can't believe she's talking to him. I can't believe this is
You
happening.
kind of forget...
It's so...
everything you see.
I was the host, I was there. And when I was voicing the series back, sort of episodes 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, them episodes, a lot happened. And at the end of the episode, I'm like, can I voice the next one? Because I need to see what happens, even though I knew what happened.
Did the men...
There's a lot of questions
I've got so many questions,
Just
Rylan.
get it out.
The
Come on.
men...
No, don't get it out.
Did they go in the pool a lot? Did they to cool down? What I'm trying to say is that a thing...
and we were... Look, I'm going to say
The thing
this
that you
now.
can't stop.
I
You
think
think that-
we were
that
the
happen?
official sponsor of sun cream, this show, let me tell you. And I've got to give a serious shout-out. The duty of care on this show was unlike anything I'd ever seen before. Our daters were incredible, but the crew and the welfare team and everything like that, I come from reality. It's where I started. I've been in it. I've hosted it. I've never seen a duty of care around this.
That's so good to hear that.
More on any other show. And that was so important to me as well, especially in the world that we live in now. You know, they're vulnerable. They're there. They're naked. I'm not. The crew isn't.
Yeah.
You know, they're the ones that are naked. But they were they're not nudists. They're not exhibitionists. They're not none of this.
This is all
they're
new.
Just normal guys.
Yeah, this is all new to them too. I mean, as with these shows that, you know, that I love very much, there are always some sort of bombshells or plot twists or, you know, something.
Yeah, there is.
Can we expect that?
Oh, a lot. I mean, lucky I'm wearing sleeves because I've got a lot up them. There is a lot of twists and turns along the way. And what's great about it is you have no idea and they have no idea what the end goal is. No one knows, how does someone win? How does the format play out? We do. You don't, and that's what keeps you going.
And nor do they. So no one really knows what they're,
they don't know.
what they're playing for.
We filmed this back, I think it was February we filmed this. There are people still together from the show.
Oh.
And you know, like when people come out of Love Island, you can be quite cynical and go, they're just doing it for the brand deals. These guys haven't been known for the past 6, 7 months, but they've been together.
They're still together.
Still together, so I know it's worked. And actually, what happens throughout the show, 90% of it wouldn't have happened if they weren't naked. So that experiment side of it all really works out.
That's what I quite like about the reality shows that do feel like they're harking back to that original sort of experiment nature of Big Brother.
Exactly, and I'm pure Big Brother. You know me, I'm like a purist. Let's not meddle. Let's not let this happen.
Yeah.
And I'm very much like that on the shows that I work on now. And I'm lucky that I'm in a position that I can say, I don't want this happening. And Dating Naked is very much like that. We let it run.
Because you lose the magic, don't you? When everyone knows what to expect, you lose the magic. And that's the thing that we love about it.
This format, they don't know it.
Yeah.
So when it comes down to the end, which I'm trying so careful not to give anything away, something happens where they then go, oh, I wasn't expecting that. Danny Minogue wasn't expecting that at all. And that's when you know it's genuine.
Yeah.
So like, oh, OK, they didn't know this.
Right, so talk, because I'm just trying to visualise, right?
You see everything, Rochelle.
I'm trying to visualise from your... I understand that you can see now, and trust me, the team, Chelsea, who's on today, was up all night making sure the right bits were blurred.
Yeah,
not missed
thanks,
anything.
Chelsea.
So I know there was a lot to blur.
Shout out to Chelsea.
Big up.
However, for you, first day on the job, so you go, and when you were with me before and you were discussing this and you didn't know what to expect... How do you prepare yourself as a host, knowing that, OK, I've got to kind of really not be juvenile now and not mess around because this is, look them in the eye, where do I look, and almost forget what is happening?
Well, listen, I'm quite an honest person. I'm going to look.
Yeah.
You're going to look watching it. Everyone's going to look because that's human nature. We've all got it, right? All underneath our clothes, we've all got bodies, yeah? The first thing I did when I walked in, you see in the episode, but you don't see this part, I walk in, and I'm like, welcome, daters, let's see if we can find love. And there's like a challenge straight away. They have to say who they like the most and couple up, right? At that point, one of the camera guys was like, we need to stop for a second. They're getting too much sun flare on one of the cameras. So, like, a 30-second, everyone's silent, just moving the camera. They're all in front of me naked. It's the first time I've been in front of them. And I just went, I need to get this out of the way now. And I looked them in the eye and I just went... and I scoured, and they did exactly what everyone in this room's just done. They laughed, and from that moment on, it was fine. We had
break
so much...
the ice a bit, haven't you?
We had so much intimacy training, everything, like talking about the duty of care. And things like, you know, we've worked on these shows. When someone gets eliminated or something like that, I want to give them a cuddle. I'm like, can I do that? And they're like, no. If they go to cuddle you and you're fine with that. So it's all of that. After that moment, I'd walk into the villa, they'd be like, Ryland, jumping on me, like... And it was just very normal. When I saw them in clothes at the end, after the series, it was weirder for me.
I wouldn't imagine you would wear that dress, babe. I think that was your style.
That plays part of the series as well.
Yeah, can you imagine?
Because imagine you're dating someone that you love and then they're the most horrendous dresser and you just don't know.
And it says a lot about your personality, doesn't it? The sort of things that you like, you know. You're removing that whole layer.
It's so interesting. So many things happen on the series, and look, there's going to be a lot of people out there, I've had it already, oh, why are you lowering yourself to this? You know, you've got a good career. I think one of the reviews today said I need a new agent. Hi, guys. But honestly, I'm so proud of it. And after that initial 10 minutes of going, oh, my goodness, you're going to be hooked. I know you are all real.
I know. Listen, I'm not even pretending. I'm going to watch this.
And one thing that I said as well, I wanted to drop the whole series, but you can't do that. So 2 episodes drop every Friday on Paramount+. So the first 2 eps are out.
But that's just enough for me.
Yeah.
You know, life's busy. I can watch... I've probably got about 2 episodes in me a week of something.
And he's gone international. It's launched in Australia and Canada today as well.
Wow.
So I'm off. See you later.
Is this something that you could watch with your mum, Linda?
Linda's watched it.
Is Linda watching?
Linda's watched it weeks ago when I was voicing it, because I obviously get the link sent through.
Oh, I love it.
Well, you can imagine. I think one of her words were, why does that look like that? And I just went, it's been a while, Lynn, don't worry. Yeah.
It's so funny because it's the sort of thing I can imagine.
You know what my mum's like.
Yeah, it's the sort of thing I can imagine.
Like, what's it shiny? I'm like, what are you going on about?
What's it shiny?
So,
no, Linda.
She was on about a vase, children.
Yes, exactly. It's the sort of thing I can imagine you both watching on Gogglebox as well, which is really funny, so I could just picture everything you're saying.
It wouldn't surprise me if it ends up on Gogglebox.
Oh, my God.
It's been such an experience. And honestly, I know the daters are watching today because we've got a little WhatsApp group going on. And I just want to say a massive thank you to them because they were, for the first, I suppose, the guinea pigs, if you like.
Yeah.
Like first season of Big Brother. For them, they were so incredible.
And so brave.
And brave.
So brave.
But so honest.
Literally putting it all out there.
Literally bearing all. It was incredible.
Yes, hi, daters, if you're watching.
Yes, we love you.
Hello.
They are so good.
Thank you. Good luck with it. I cannot wait.
You know who's going to love it?
I can't wait.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead, hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss out, and we'll see you in the morning.
to say that Sir Brian May joins us right now. Brian, why are the badgers being culled? Tell us a little bit about it.
They're being culled because they are under suspicion of spreading bovine TB, a horrible disease in cattle. I've always doubted it from 20 years ago, I suppose, and I always wanted to find out what the truth was, because you're talking about, as you said, 250,000 badgers that have been killed. And countless cows, of course, have been taken out because the disease is actually out of control still after all this time. And in some ways, that tells you how effective the badger cull is. In other words, not effective. But we set out, it's not just about me, the documentaries, you can probably already see. A lot of farmers speaking about their problems and their heartaches. A lot of mental health in farmers. It's a terrible thing for farmers and their families to be dealing with. But I'm there in the beginning to try and save the badgers. And, of course, once you get into it, you realise you have to save the farmers as well. Because the common enemy is TB. Yeah. That's what we're fighting. Yeah. So for the first... And when we came into it, me and Anne, my lovely CEO of Save Me, we came into... Everyone was shouting at each other. Like, the animal people were shouting at the farmers. The farmers are protesting about the animal people stopping them solving their problems. So what we did was we tried to bring the two sides together, which had never been done before. Let's find out the truth. So it's me and Anne, and it's a wonderful farmer in Devon called Robert Reed. We went to his farm and we've collaborated with him the last 10 years or so. And it's been amazing. The stuff I've learned is beyond belief. And his incredible vet, Dick Sibley, a very gifted man, we started from the very bottom. We didn't make any assumptions. We said, let's try this, let's do the experiment. Robert Reed's farm had been down for 6 years, which means he can't trade. His animals are dying. Every time they come and do the skin test on his herd, he loses animals. They go off to the slaughter. It's heartbreaking. Yeah. So he came in with us. He resisted the temptation to cull his badgers. He actually paid the culling company, but he said, you're not coming on my land, I'm doing this a different way. And together, this Gatcombe team, it's Gatcombe Farm in Devon, we turned his farm from a chronically infected herd into a TB-free zone. He got his TB-free certificate after 3 years. That's incredible. And it's a long story. You'll see it in the documentary, but a lot of stuff happens, because he then sits there and he's got a certificate to say he's TB-free, but he knows, because we've used enhanced testing, he knows that the herd is actually not free of TB. It's still in there somewhere hiding, because that's what TB does. But unfortunately, he wasn't allowed to carry on with the testing that we were doing once he's got the TB-free certificate, which is nonsense, really. That's one of the things we want to see changed.
It's so emotional, and you can see it. You get a sense of that while watching the clips, that it is obviously really emotional.
Highly emotional.
You've always had such an affinity with animals. Yeah. You always have. But why are you so passionate about this? Why are you so passionate about badgers?
I guess it's the injustice. You know, a lot of animals are abused for various reasons. And I think as a race, as a human race, we abuse animals terribly. And I've always thought that. I've always thought we have the wrong relationship with the creatures with which we share this planet. But when it's something which is so wanton, you're talking about thousands of animals being killed, and the result is nothing. I mean, I suspected this in the beginning, but you'll see in the documentary, we now have so much evidence to show that the badgers are not to blame anyway. Yeah. So they've been culling them in some places for years and years. I've talked to farmers out there who said, look, we've killed all our badgers here. There's no more badgers to kill. And the problem is as bad as it's ever been. So what does that tell you? So there's lots of little clues along the way. The other clue, I'm talking too much, really.
No, you're not.
I want you to see the documentary.
That's what you're here for. Great.
But I'll tell you, the thing which woke us up was we managed to clear up the herd, like I told you. And we did it without killing any badgers. We were supposed to vaccinate the badgers. That was our part of the deal. Robert and his vet clear up the herd. We clear up the badgers all around.
Right.
At the end of the 4 years, 3 years, whatever, the herd was clear. Completely healthy cattle herd. But the badgers were still infected. Now, if the myth is true, the badgers should have been reinfecting the cows, but they didn't. Right. So that immediately tells you the badgers have nothing to do with it in this case.
Do you know what it is that is spreading the TB if it's not the badgers? Is there anything you suspect on that side of things?
We have it. It's going to sound very big-headed, but we think we cracked it. We have seen what the routes of transmission of the disease really are. They're within the herd. They're within the slurry. Slurry is poo, you know, and the cows generally, in many cases, in the mornings particularly, are paddling around in their own poo. So if one cow has got the disease, they've all got it. Right. So that's one of the routes of transmission. We've seen transmission from mother to baby. That's another route of transmission. And we've seen people bringing in infected animals to an otherwise clean herd. And they'll say, look, this is a closed herd. It's clean, nothing can get in. But we brought a bull in to breed.
Right.
And you go, oh, and was the bull tested? Yeah, the bull was tested, but by the skin test, which we know actually is only about 50% effective. So it's highly likely that the pathogen came in with the bull and then spread through the herd. So yes, we know.
It's a difficult one. It really, really is. We've got to say we've got a right of reply from DEFRA. It says this UK government will roll out a TB eradication package, including vaccination, herd management and biosecurity measures to achieve our objective of getting bovine TB-free status and end badger culling.
And we've got one from the Farmers Union as well that says the programme ignores all the independent peer-reviewed science. We can't put into words the emotional, mental strain that bovine TB puts on farming families and the impact that it has on their cattle and their businesses. We have a joint ambition with the government to be TB-free in England by 2038.
Interesting.
Do I get the right to reply? No, probably not.
You're here. You're here.
All I can say is, watch the documentary and you'll see if we ignore anything. And we're very much concerned with the farmers. Robert's become one of our best friends now, and we do anything for him. And I think, he's now the same as we converged. We came in with completely different views of the subject. Rob was like, the bloody badgers are doing this, Now he's like, don't talk to me about badgers. Talk to me about what we're doing in the herd to clear this up. So it's spreading, and he has a lot of other farmers are coming around. I mean, the farmers kind of didn't like me in the beginning because who am I? I'm a rock star. What the hell do I know about it? But now they know that I'm serious and they know that we have new evidence.
And your passion.
We have a passion, but we have evidence that the badgers are not to blame. We have evidence that we can find proper ways to clean up these herds and get rid of TB forever.
It's just good to get everyone on the same page, essentially.
Yeah.
That's all we want. We want to get people discussing.
There's a problem to be solved.
That was our thing,
yeah.
You're not ready to give up sort of being a rock star completely and go for farming yet, right?
Well, we kind of became farmers. It's a strange thing, and that was quite hard to explain to some of our friends in the animal community. See, it's hard for Robert to explain why he's talking to rock stars and whatever. It's hard for me to explain to some people why I'm on a dairy farm at all, but we're there to find the truth. And we found it beyond our wildest dreams. We found where the problems are. And when you know what you're dealing with, if you know your enemy, you can defeat him.
Absolutely that.
Absolutely.
It's like you say, it's so nice to have you here. And so, when we see you, we obviously think of your work on stage, and it's so...
Yeah, there is
obviously,
that.
everybody has their other passions.
But
yeah, it's good to see you here and sharing this with us, because this has bypassed me. I was completely unaware of this until meeting you today.
Good to make people aware of it. So we really appreciate you coming in. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's precious to me that you give me this time to just get people's imagination.
You're very
pricked,
welcome. Thank you.
So the Brian May, The Badgers, The Farmers and Me is at 9 p.m. tonight on BBC Two and iPlayer, so give that a watch.
Bless you, John.
Thank you. Well done.
Pleasure, Brian. Thank you so much.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead, hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss out, and we'll see you in the morning.
Now, just 15 years ago, KSI, better known to his friends and family as JJ, started posting videos on YouTube from his childhood bedroom.
Now, fast forward to 2024, and he's now shot to global stardom after becoming one of the UK's biggest online influencers.
Yes, over the past 15 years, KSI has gained 40 million followers online, faced some of the biggest UK names in boxing in the ring, carved out a music career that's seen his song climb to the top of the charts, not to mention he co-founded the fastest-selling beverage of all time. He's so lazy. Should we put that in there? such a lazy guy.
Yes, it is fair to say that KSI is well and truly in his prime.
Oh, nice.
Thank you very much.
Nice.
He now joins us on This Morning. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Good morning.
It's lovely to have you. All of this stuff, boxing, music, YouTube, like business owner, and it's just so madly busy. But you're here to talk about you're performing in Dublin. It's going to be a huge show in Dublin.
Yes.
What's going on?
So I have a sold-out show in Dublin. So I was actually meant to be boxing, but I managed to injure myself, believe it or not, from punching. So I managed to, ruin my tendon, dorsal hood. So doctor's just been looking at it. So I was like, I don't want to just leave my audience empty-handed. I don't want to just peace out and go on holiday. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to be as involved as I can with the event, and I'm going to be performing instead. So I'm going to be literally at the beginning and at the end just performing my heart out.
Right.
Just, yeah, like nothing ever done before.
So you're sort of making it a big concert as well as
boxing in between. So I won't be boxing. There'll be other people boxing. There's actually a pro or ex-pro footballer who's fighting on the card, Danny Simpson.
Yeah.
And he's fighting Danny Aarons, who is a streamer / YouTuber. He's also big in his own right.
Right, so this is a full show.
Yeah, a full-on show, and there's so many like fights going on, and then I'm going to be performing as well. And in between, I'm going to be commentating as well. So I'm going to be really involved.
He's going to need the holiday after. Now he can't box, he's just going to be very tired. I mean, it's incredible, really, when we talk about, you know, it all started from your childhood bedroom.
Yeah.
You've now sold out one of Ireland's biggest arenas.
Yeah.
But just kind of, I suppose, in a timescale, 5 years ago, I suppose you were kind of struggling to fill those smaller venues.
Yeah, I remember when I, you know, started out and I had like 10 people watching me be like, yeah, KSI. And then, like, if you were a fly on the wall, you'd find it hilarious that I was still putting my heart out, you know, bouncing around, going crazy, even for 10 people, 5 people, 15 people. And, you know, I just kept going. I just realized, like, you know, I enjoy doing it. It's my passion. So I'm not going to let, you know, people say what they see online being like, oh, you've got, like, no one watching you, get to me.
Yeah.
I decided, you know, I'm just going to do my thing. And then eventually more and more people would watch, more and more people bought tickets, and then...
But then that's how you build out such a sort of loyal following.
Yeah,
such a cult following almost, because they're your ride or dies. They're now your day one fans, right?
5 years ago, I was performing to 10 people, and I'm now still performing to 10 people. So it's...
Well,
it's a bit more than 10.
We're
got about
friends
15.
now, so it's now 11. I'll make up the numbers.
People love about you, and I love about you. I've met you before. You're so genuine. You're so, like, heartwarming and honest, and I think, honestly, you genuinely deserve all of the success you have.
I appreciate
and you've got a new album coming out as well.
I was about to have an album, and then it unfortunately got leaked. So, yeah, so it's quite annoying. But I've turned
the whole album?
Yeah. Kind of, yeah. So it got to the point where I was like, all right, I'm going to turn this negative into a positive, and I'm going to just look at all the music that, you know, that was going to come out, and then be really, really, like...
Like streamline it almost.
Streamline it with, like, what I want to pick, what I want to do. And essentially now I'm thinking maybe I might just release an EP.
Right, okay.
Something, but, you know...
The positive is nobody leaks songs that they don't want to hear.
That's it.
Yes,
you know, right?
Yeah. And there's a lot of songs that I didn't want people to hear. And I wanted, you know, people to...
But they want it.
Enjoy it. But they want it. But that's why I want to use that to my advantage and just go, OK, cool, let me just work on more music, you know, get back in the studio, because I feel like I've been doing a lot of boxing. And now I'm able to really just, you know, find my love for music again and then use that to my advantage to bring out even more better music. And I think hopefully next year, you know, I will be able to release a proper album and, you know, make it...
Well, you know they're going to be ready for it.
Exactly.
You know they're going to be ready.
If you don't know who leaked it, we've got a criminologist on the show.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You might be able to find out.
Yes, please.
We'll get to the bottom of it for you.
Exactly that. Leave that with David Wilson.
Let's take it back to 2009. You started your YouTube channel. Like, would you ever have foreseen it becoming like, so ridiculously huge?
No, not at all. Like, you know, I remember when, you know, in around 2009, this was around the time when I was doing my A-levels and I failed. I flopped it. And, you know, I was getting to a point where, what do I want to do with my career? And I was just enjoying YouTube. I never expected to be in this position I'm in today. But, you know, I just worked hard, just, you know, enjoyed it, went at it, and, you know, became obsessed with it. You know, I learned everything about it, from the editing to, you know, how to be comfortable in front of the camera, how to just be myself in front of the camera. And then over time, you know, more opportunities, you know, came from that. And then I was like, oh, you know, the boxing, music, you know, and all these things just happened. And then
now everything you touch just turns to gold.
No, definitely not.
No, it does.
I tried golf. I'm terrible at it.
It's nice to know. He's normal. He's normal. But do you know what? It's interesting you say that, because we touched on this morning that it's GCSE result day today, and there's a lot of, you know, young adults out there that are going through that and not getting the grades they want. But you know, if you master your craft as you are living proof that the best can really come from it, can't it?
Well, and also, you know, I'm living proof that, you know, not everyone is academic. You know, in school, I wasn't super academic. I wasn't very good at, you know, all, you know, maths or English, etc. But, you know, for me, entertainment was like my field. But it took a while to get to that point. You know, you have to try stuff. You know, I feel like a lot of people are scared to try new things. This is the time where, you know, especially when you're young, this is the time for you to just try stuff, figure out what you like, figure out what you don't like, and then use that to guide your career.
Yeah.
It's true. People just almost don't know how young they are, you know? So you feel like it's the be-all or end-all when you get
end of the world.
You've got to make a decision now. You've got so long.
You've got so much time.
Was there a time where apparently you were earning more than your teachers?
Yeah. I do remember that. So, I remember, like, this was, I was making around about 1,500 a month from YouTube. And, you know, I told my teacher, and he was like, wow, that's more than me.
Wow.
Why are you here? And then I was like, you know what, why am I here? And then I left. And then I was like, all right, YouTube, 100%, let's go.
I mean, you've just done incredibly well, and it's so lovely to see. You're like flourishing in everything you do.
No, I appreciate it.
It's an absolute pleasure. So people want to come. Is the arena sold out?
Yeah, sold out. It's going to be.
If you want to come, you come.
Yeah. You can watch it on DAZN though.
Yes.
It's a pay-per-view. Enjoy it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
There we go.
Love that.
Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Good
Jane.
luck.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead, hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss out, and we'll see you in the morning.